It's been a lot of years, really think it won't pass me. I gotta fend myself off. I gotta fend myself off. I gotta cool it down. You and me. I'm gonna go with a mind like this. No. Feel space and time like this, my love. Never met a girl so fine like this. No. We don't waste a while like this, my love. Only you really want to play me. Only the radio to play me. Now you wish I was complacent. You need some expectation. So now you wanna have conversation. You need this in my patience. Yeah. Got a lot of bands, got a lot of Chanel on me. Hey, friends. Let me know if you can hear my voice in the chat, okay? I think my microphone is on, so we should be ready to get this thing started, okay? We're running late, but we showed up. When I say we were supposed to start this thing at about 2 o'clock and we 49 minutes late, as you can see, my thumbnail ain't thumbnail in the way it's supposed to be thumbnail. Okay, child, I've been, and look, and now this man over here bothering me. This is half the problem. So the thumbnail that is on the screen, not the thumbnail that's on the screen right now. Let me go back so you guys can actually see what the thumbnail is supposed to look like when I fix it, child. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hopefully when I go back, I don't want the volume to play. That's the problem. Okay, so hopefully y'all can still hear me. If you can still hear my voice in the chat, give me a thumbs up. If you're having a hard time hearing me, let me know. But if you can still hear me in the chat, let me know. My friend Barchula is in the building and says, we can hear you. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you for letting me know you can hear me. And thank you to my friend Barchula. And thank you to my friend in the building with the purple heart and already being ready to go for therapy and reality. Baby, look, I said we running late. Hold on, y'all. I know I gotta listen to myself. This is the reason I need therapy. I be running late to the shit I done started, okay? I done told y'all to be on time. And meanwhile, I'm over here not this time, okay, friends? But like I said, we're gonna have a good time today. So I got everything set up. Like I said, my thumbnail, the picture that's on the screen is what the thumbnail is supposed to look like. I have to do some tweaking to the thumbnail to try to see if the videos coming up on your YouTube because I put it in the wrong format. So I'll be able to fix the thumbnail. And then for some reason the camera on my phone is not working and it's not allowing me to do any editing. So I have to try to do everything on my computer. And baby, trying to do stuff on a computer, trying to do stuff on a computer is difficult because I'm used to doing everything on my phone. So this is the thumbnail. So after the live stream is over, this is what you'll be seeing as far as the thumbnail is gonna look like. So if you're in here, you can stay in here, or you're in here and you just get phone in here for a minute and you plan on coming back later. Look for this thumbnail when you want to come back to join the Therapy and Reality. So, like I said, friends, welcome all my friends to Therapy and Reality with D. Because now we have a good time in here, and I'm trying to talk to y'all, and I'm trying to get this man over here to get back in the house because I don't be trusting the look. It's a lizard out here. Hold on, y'all. This is exactly why I don't be trusting the process. If I leave the door open too long, these lizards gonna be coming in here. Okay, so like I said, Therapy and Reality, we get down to some real topics, but we keep it fun and funny. So I got a plethora of questions for y'all today. So the way this is gonna happen today is I'm gonna ask some questions. Y'all gonna answer the questions in the chat. I'm gonna have, obviously I always got stuff to say about anything I throw out there. So we're gonna have a good time with the questions. Hopefully everybody in here is comfortable enough to answer the questions, participate in the fun, because that's what it's about, friends. So, like I said, if you're new here, this is Therapy and Reality. Today's subject is, hold on, let me see how many minutes we in before I start saying too much. Because y'all, we can't get to saying too much until we a few minutes in the live stream. So I'm gonna watch my words. But hold on, let me turn my volume down on my phone. But as you can see from the title of today's Therapy and Reality, it's about toe up friends, family, freaky, nasty, and don't give a damn. Okay, so at the end of the day, we trying to see if we fall under these guidelines as well. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I for damn sure fall under a lot of these guidelines, okay? Because I done fit the bill for a few of all of them. So this is why we having therapy today. So we've been seeing a lot on the internet and we've been having a lot to say, but we definitely gonna see if we fit a lot of the shoes that we've been talking about. So a lot of the questions today are gonna be on the lines of friendships, your participation in your friendships, your sexual lifestyle, the things that you choose to do, the things that you get into. So like I said, we're gonna have a good time. If you not at work, child, make sure you participate. And if you at work, keep it easy because you might not be able to answer some of these questions while you busy at your workplace. But like I said, hold on, let me make sure that, are you guys able to see the visuals? So that was the thumbnail. And then now we're just at the regular therapy and reality. So let me know if you guys are able to actually see what's popping up on the screen because I don't want to get too far into the visual aspect of it if you guys aren't able to see what's actually what's up on the screen. So give me a thumbs up if you can see the visuals. Right now, it should be just the therapy and reality with the two ladies sitting on the couch without the actual, it's not the actual thumbnail that was just on there. So it should just be the two ladies on the couch. So if you can see that, let me know. And then I'm going to have to, because I'm trying to skip through some of it to get to the other part. So I'm going to have to open. Okay, that's what I need, I think. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all, because I'm trying to present what I'm trying to present to y'all without having to go back and forth through every damn screen. So hopefully all this stuff ain't popping up for y'all too. My friend Bachula says, all good. Thank you for letting me know. My friend Sonia C is in the building says, yes. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so I think this is going to let me do it this way. And my friend Phoenix Johnson's in this building says, hey, D and T friends. Thank you, friends. I appreciate y'all for showing up. And thank y'all for chiming in the chat, okay? Because like I said, we got some stuff. We got some stuff going on today. Let me see. Plus screen, all you can see. Okay, don't show me these messages again. Got it. Okay, so hold on, y'all, because y'all know I be trying to do stuff I ain't never did. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure I'm showing y'all what I'm trying to show y'all without showing y'all all the stuff I ain't supposed to be showing y'all. Okay, so thank you guys for letting me know that you guys can hear and that you can see the visuals. So up on the screen, you should see the two ladies sitting on the couch. Like I said, let me go back for the people who might have just come in so that you guys can see the actual thumbnail. So the actual, hold on, y'all. It ain't working. So we ain't gonna see a damn thing. Why is it going so slow? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so up on the screen is the thumbnail. So if you're just coming in, or like I said, you have to come in and come out. Up on the screen should be the thumbnail. You should see, it should say Reali-Tea with G, and then under it, you should see, it says FF Brands Family Preaching Nasty and Don't Give a Damn, and then it says Therapy and Reality. So anybody just coming in and wants to know what the thumbnail is going to look like. My thumbnail right now is a little toe up, like I said, but I'm going to readjust it later so it'll look like this. So moving on, hopefully, I don't know if it's presenting to y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's presenting on the screen what I'm pressing. So I have to look at my screen and doing it at the same time. I know y'all are probably like, how you got us in here and you don't even know what you're doing. Okay, so like I said, here we are, Therapy and Reality. I appreciate my friends for showing up. If you got the invitation last week, not even last week, child, at the beginning of this week, we finished up the live stream marathon with the ladies and they mess. So like I said, we just touching and today's therapy is about us and the mess we be trying to, okay? Because it ain't always the ladies. Sometimes we be having some BS going on too. So hopefully, like I said, everybody is free enough to chime in the chat and have a good time today. So we're gonna move on and we're gonna get into the topics, friends, because I got about an hour and 45 minutes. So we're gonna have a good time, but we're gonna keep it under a time frame. So first things first is we got today's topics. I can't see none of this. I don't know why. Look, I probably shouldn't even try to do this way because I'm having a hard time looking at this. Can I make this smaller? Oh, maybe I can make this smaller. No, I can't. Anyways, child. So once it pops up on it to look, and when I put it up there, oh, can I click this? No. Sorry, friends. And I need to plug this damn computer up. Okay, so today's topics are, look, y'all, are the topics popping up for y'all or is it just popping up for me? Can y'all see? Okay, now I see it. Okay, so today's topics are First of all, we starting off with some funny chat Q&A. So like I said, I'm asking questions. Don't be afraid to answer the questions, because the more you answer questions, the funnier it's going to be. We got a story time. Y'all always know I got a story time. And like I said, as we get into this mess, we might fall into 1,000 different story times. We also have open discussion. So we discuss pretty much a lot of different things, kind of, just here, neither here nor there, whatever kind of, like I said, whatever we fall into. And then at the end, we do therapy questions with you. If you have any questions for me, if you have anything you want to bring up, if you have a topic you want to bring to the table, we go ahead and do that there. And then everybody gets their diagnosis at the end of this therapy session. So ain't nobody gonna leave up out of here without finding out what's going on with you, okay? So you're gonna find out if you're crazy, if you ain't crazy, but you're damn sure gonna get an answer before you leave up out of here today, okay? So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and get into the first few topics. I'm about to take this little presentation window down because this is gonna make me crazy. I can't even see what I'm doing. Share this tab instead. No, I don't want to share this tab instead. This tab ain't even helping me, child. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. So I'm going to start from the middle of my slides, because the beginning I want to save for kind of the end of the discussion. So today we're going to start off with the crazy questions first. We're gonna start off with the crazy questions first, and then we're gonna get into the rest of it. Okay. So, question number 1 for today, like I said, answer all the questions in the chat to the best of your ability. I'm asking these questions because, like I said, these are things that I've experienced as an adult, things that I've had to go through, things that I've had to go through and grow through, things that I have to figure out about myself, mistakes that I made, the mistakes that I've seen other people make, and so forth and so on. So if you've ever been in a therapy or reality or a live stream where we talked about the stuff that we have going on, I talked about parenting in one, therapy and reality, where we touched on parents and the stuff they be doing in front of their kids and then expecting the kids not to pick up on it. So if you were in that, look, child, if you was in that live stream when we talked about slippery when wet, a mess, a total mess. Okay, slippery when wet, finding all the videos of the, you know what I'm saying, the videos that your parents be having and all they little DVD collection and stuff like that. We talked about that in a live stream before. So when I say the trauma that we done experience sometimes is laughable as you get older, this is why we're here today. Because like I said, we're gonna touch on the subjects, but we're gonna laugh about them because we know we feel a mess too. So let me get into some of these chats and then we'll get into it. My friend Penny Johnson says, if we're regular here, we already know that we crazy. Look, child, exactly. I'm like, if we the ones that got the sense, this is scary, okay? Because like I said, I be laughing at the ladies, but half the stuff I be laughing at is because I'm so familiar with the energy, child. I'm so toe up and full of shit myself. I be knowing exactly what they got going on, okay? Because I'm a little bit crazy too. So first question we got up for today is, I don't know if this is, look, it'll pop up on your screen at some point, but it should be popping up in a second. Y'all let me know. First question we got for today is, have you ever fought a friend? Way we gonna do this, I have a lot of questions are A and B questions. So if your answer is yes, you'll put A. If your answer is B, you'll put no, unless I say otherwise. So first questions first on today's subject list is, have you ever fought a friend? Have you ever fought somebody that was a friend to you? Not somebody that, not somebody that you were cool with or somebody that you've been around before, somebody that was actually a friend to you. My answer, I've never fought somebody that I considered a friend. I have had physical altercations with people that I knew and people that I was friendly with, but not actually a friend. Because I feel like, for me, I feel like, to have a physical fight with somebody, you actually gotta push my buttons. I mean, I try to help you guys kind of understand a little bit about me as we go through these, live stream sessions and stuff like that. But I know a lot of people come on here and think I'm absolutely crazy. But I've never actually had a physical altercation with a friend, because for me, like I said, I'm not gonna hold on to something long enough. Well, look, y'all, I'm gonna lie, because like I said, this is for us to tell the truth. This is for us to tell the truth, so I'm not even gonna come in the gate lying. I was about to say I'm not the type of person that's gonna hold on to something enough to let you piss me off enough to fight you, but that's a lie, because I will in certain circumstances, but we're gonna touch on that in a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'm not the type of friend who's gonna go through enough shit with you as your friend that I'm gonna lead to us fighting. So my answer for that is an absolute hell no. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Have you ever had a physical altercation with a friend? Let me see. My friend Penny Johnson says, A, absolutely. She says yes. Look, my friend's got these hands, and I don't give a damn about it, okay? My friend Balchula says, hey, these holy hands, look, child, sometimes you got to slap them, pray for them, slap them again, pray for them again, pray for them, then slap them again, okay? Sometimes it's how it got to be, because sometimes they don't be paying attention and don't be listening. My friend Sonia C says B, no. And then my friend, I'm sorry, hold on, let me scroll down. My friend Carrie Dixon is in the building, says, hey, absolutely. And my friend, my friend Sonny C is saying, hey, to my friend Phoenix. So a lot of people saying yes, a lot of people saying no. It wasn't somebody, for the people who are saying yes, was it somebody that you're still friends with? Is it somebody that you had a physical altercation with that you are still talking to, or that you can still see yourself talking to? I definitely have had, I would say in the past, the people that I've had physical altercations with, I feel like half of their problem was because they wanted to be friends. So I'm like, they weren't friends before, and we weren't fighting during a friendship, but I've definitely had altercations with people and then became friends with them after. Because I think after the whole, after my friend said I done hit them with the holy hands, then they start to realize, like, you know what, you ain't that damn bad after all. Okay, so that is my answer. So like I said, no to my real friends. But definitely I've had physical altercations with people and then became friends afterwards. My friend Phoenix Johnson says, I gave her my last. She lived with my family and then tried to act like my enemy in the streets. And now look, that be the key, because not the key, but that be the might kick your ass for real. Because at the end of the day, it be the people who's closest to you trying the mess. You know what I'm saying? Friends sometimes know how to behave more than, friends. I would say not friends, but associates sometimes know how to behave better than friends and family. That's part of this reality and therapy too. Because child, when I say family, we talking about from the grandmother all the way down to me. Everybody fucked up, okay? We all are toe up, and that's the reason I'm toe up. Because my grandma, child, she blew it. She blew it from day one. But we finna get there, child. We finna get there, okay? Because like I said, trauma and therapy, child. This is what the problem be. Okay, this is what the problem be. So at the end of the day, I definitely understand when you're closer to me and you betray me. That's the easiest way for me to put my hands on you. Honestly, I feel like the further you are away from me, you could try. Like that's what I said a minute ago. I will give certain people a million chances before I respond. Some people I will give no chances at all. And then there are certain people who I'm just kind of testing your temperature to see how far you going with this bullshit before I pick my response, if that makes any sense. So that be my problem, is not confronting things head on immediately and then waiting until I'm really ready to get all up in your ass before I actually respond. Let me see. My friend Balchula says, we're no longer friends. In the past, I've extended myself in friendships, and that's kind of a thing, is not overextending yourself, but not recognizing when some shit needs to be over. Okay, when it's definitely over, when the over is over. Okay. My friend Phoenix Johnson says, I still have my best friend of 40 years, day one. We've never fought, and she's the crazy friend. Definitely. Look, that's what I was saying the other day. I'm like, you got to know which friend you are and respect that level of it too, because you can't be walking around thinking that you get it and you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? You're the one with the sense and you're not the one with the sense. So a lot of this is we're gonna touch on a lot of this throughout the section. My friend Balchula says, I've treated friends like family members and unfortunately leads to being taken advantage of. Child, taken advantage of, when I just said all the way from my grandma down to me, taken advantage of is an understatement. I feel like these people done used and abused and told me all the way down to the ground, child. But like I said, we finna get into it, child. We finna get into it. My friend Hugh, hey, you there? Sorry, hopefully I'm saying that right. Says civil rights and left. My friend Balchula says, the best friend now is my wife. She's my partner in life. Absolutely. So sometimes you got to find that too, because I 100% agree with you on that. My partner that I'm with is definitely my right hand. And we're going to get into how that ended up coming about, because a lot of this shit ends up leading to where you are now in life. As an adult, I feel like sometimes we're moving and shaking without really thinking about how we ended up where we are. And a lot of the times, if you address your mishaps and the stuff you've been through, you'll end up figuring out exactly how you landed where you are today. But you got to be able to be honest with yourself and look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, this is how I got here. But if we're not going to do it, we're not going to get nowhere. Okay. Because at the end of the day, ain't nowhere to go if you don't know who the fuck you are. Okay. I feel like we're all walking. That's what I was saying the other day about Tay. I feel like she's moving so fast, but don't have the exact location you headed. You're doing a whole lot of makeup and a whole lot of all this and that, which is gorgeous and it's beautiful. You look great and it's inspiring. But at the end of the day, I don't know if you know the destination you're trying to get to. I feel like you moving so goddamn fast, you finna pass up every fucking destination you were supposed to make pit stops at. You were supposed to stop at some of these stations. You were supposed to pick up a little bit of fucking information at some of these stations. But if we keep moving so damn fast, because now I'm 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I know the answer because I'm 40. Oh, I got the answer because I'm 45. Meanwhile, you don't know a motherfucking thing. Here you are 50 years old and still telling everybody you got the answers, fucking around with a nigga who ain't no good. Hell no, you don't got the answers, okay? So we're moving on to the next questions, friends, okay? Moving on to the next question. Hold on, let me see. And make sure the screen is working, child. So next question is, so some of these questions might be out of order, but like I said, as we get through the questions, everything will make sense. So some of the stuff might be out of order because I started from the middle. So like I said, everything will tie in as we go. So next question is, can you be just friends with someone that you're sleeping with? So the last question was, have you ever fought a friend? This question is, can you be friends? Can you just be friends with somebody that you're sleeping with? Meaning for the long haul, if this person decides this is all we're doing, we ain't going no further than this. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to stick up. This is what we're going to stick to. I'm going to do me. You going to do you. We just going to be buddies. You know, you guys let me know what you think about that. Absolutely. If your answer is A, yes, put A. If your answer is no, then you're going to put B. I'm going to get to the comments really quick. My friend Sonia C says, yes, when they're closer, it hurts. And I think that's why, I think that's why I be losing it, because the closer you are and the more you try me, the more pissed off I'm finna be. Like I said, you can be a friend on the outskirts. You can be somebody I just know and try as much as you want to. I let people check my temperature as well. I'm not you know what I'm saying? I always say rough around the edges. I'm rough around the edges, but I got some damn sense. So I like to check people's temperature, but I know when people are checking mine as well. So at the end of the day, there's going to be a certain amount of situations that I'm going to allow in order for me to really, really, really try to hone in and understand my response before I respond. So that way I'm never questioning myself after I respond. Now, look, I ain't gonna lie, friends, because I might respond and still have to question myself. I might respond and still have to question myself afterwards. But look, that might be a story time too. Because child, when I say damn near that took your ass to jail, got arrested again for the second time, you need to relax, D. Sometimes the responses be a little bit of the hell of a response, and sometimes they need to be pulled back. So this is why I be having an issue, because I be trying to figure out, should I immediately respond? Should I give it a minute? Should I check the temperature? Should I let them check mine? Or should I just let all this shit out right now? And sometimes waiting don't be a good idea, because now I'm a ticking time bomb. Sometimes not waiting don't be a good idea, because now I'm not thinking about what the fuck I'm saying. So I be trying to find the fine line, baby. I'm damn near 40, still ain't figured this out. So like I said, we got issues too. We're not gonna put it all on Gina and them, child. We definitely got our own damn issues. Let me see, but child, look, when I say we finna get into a story time and a whole bunch of bullshit, we finna get into it. Let me see. My best friend now is I'm sorry, I just read that. My friend Balchula says her best friend is her life partner. And child, like I said, safe space, because there's a whole lot, and we're gonna get into that question too. We definitely gonna get into them questions. My friend C. Clark is in the building. Thank you. I appreciate you for sending 440. Jules, friend, I truly appreciate you for being in here, and I hope you're ready to have a good time. I hope you are ready to have a good time. And anybody who's already in here, chiming in the chat, I truly appreciate y'all, because I know this is different. This is my second therapy and reality, so I know, sometimes it can be different, trying different things. But like I said, I appreciate everybody for giving it a shot and coming in here today, being open. My friend Sonia C says B. So she says, when I say, can you be friends with somebody, just friends with somebody that you're sleeping with? Look, it looks like a unanimous bunch of B's in the comment section. My friend Sonia, my friend Phoenix, my friend C. Clark, everybody done said B, y'all. They said absolutely not. Okay, I can't do it. My friend C. Clark says A as well. So I think my friend C. Clark says A and B. Maybe saying it depends. My friend Sonia C says, girl, that was the first answer. Oh, okay. So maybe my friend is answering the other question. So at the end of the day, answer for me is absolutely not. For me, I don't have, have I ever been, you know what? No, I've never had the experience where I've never had an experience where I'm dealing with a friend and we're sleeping together, and you know what I'm saying? I'm staying on the side of the fence of the friend, and I have to figure out if I'm going to be okay with that. But I definitely have, in my younger ages, being in a situation where I think for me, now that I'm an adult and I'm willing to face my damn reality, child, because look, if you would have asked me this when I was about 18, 19, 20, I would have told you some whole other shit. But right now that I'm grown and I'm willing to face my bullshit, I'm going to tell you what it is. Okay. So at the end of the day, I definitely was in a situation where I felt like this whole shit was one-sided, friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we going together, we going together, but I think I'm loving you and you just looking at me like a little girlfriend. You know, but that be half the problem is they done set us up as little girls to be in love and be a nigga wife and be wifey and make a nigga food and all this shit at such a goddamn young age. They setting us up for failure. We so ready to fall in love with a nigga or fall in love with, whoever you choose to date at such a damn young age, because they done gave us all these baby dolls. They done told us to be a wife. They done told us to play house. So now we totally fucking convinced for real at 17 we love this nigga dirty drawers. Okay. Meanwhile, his mama washing the dirty drawers. Okay. So at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying when I say confused. we weren't friends, but I feel like 100%. I feel like 100% that motherfucker might have been looking at me like a friend. Meanwhile, I thought I was gonna be his wife. Okay, y'all couldn't have told me shit, and I was a child. So that's why I'm saying a lot of this shit be. It's funny because if you think about some of the stuff, you're young. You're thinking about your younger years and things that you've experienced in your younger years, but you don't come to grips with the fact that you are carrying a lot of that shit into your adulthood and probably making some of the same decisions just with an adult brain. So that's how this is how we're getting where we're going, friends. Let me see. My friend Ball Julie says, in my past life, I've had open conversations with whom I was dealing with and was cool with them for years until we decided to do something different. So that's the thing. If you guys had an understanding, then that definitely makes it a whole lot easier. But I feel like most people don't be open enough to have an understanding enough to, to move forward in that way. There's not enough honesty amongst adults at this point to kind of do that gracefully and not have issues about it. So thank you for being honest and open about that as well. I hope these questions, I hope a lot of these, I don't know what damn order the questions are in. Okay, child. So we just going to get through them the way we get through them. So hold on. Let me fix this up here on the TV. Okay, so the next question is, so these questions are A and B questions. If your answer is A, then it means you are over 21. If your answer is B, then that means you are under 21. So the questions are, how old were you when? So the first question number 15, is how old were you when you had your first drink? When you drank alcohol for the first time, child, how old were you? I think I told y'all the other day, child, I was probably like 6. Okay. I'm not even finna play no games. I don't know why these buttons not working. But child, yes, I definitely was probably like 6 years old when I had my first drink. Question number 16 was, how old were you when you smoked for the first time? For me, I probably had to be about the same age, child. I probably had to be about 6 years old. Okay, so my first time drinking and smoking, child, I was a baby. I told y'all the other day, my auntie used to say, don't tell nobody my secret. And I'm like, look here, honey, tell everybody our secret. You finna be walking around with a drunk ass baby and the whole world is gonna know, and you finna go to jail for it. So I don't even know why you talking about a secret, because this shit ain't finna be a secret to nobody but the fucking law enforcement. Okay, so that's my judge. But old enough, like at the age where, so definitely I was nowhere near. So my answer was B for both of those. But when I started actually indulging in it on my own by choice, I was probably about 14. So absolutely under 21. Question 17, how old were you when you lost your V card? Were you over or under 21? Definitely under 21 for me. 18. Question number 18 is, how old were you when you thought you were in love? Oh, child, look, I just told y'all they be trying to make us be these niggas' wives at 3. So at the end of the day, when they gave me the baby dolls and they told me to playhouse, I was in love already, okay? I didn't have nothing else in mind, but this is what you're supposed to do. But at the end of the day, I think, honestly, when I really felt like I felt love for the first time, I was probably like, I would probably say I would say 16. I would say about 15 to 16. Question number 19 is, how old were you when you actually found out what love is? So if you answering the questions, make sure you put in the number so I kind of have an idea of what question you answering. Otherwise, child, look, I'll be so goddamn lost, and I don't already have my little 1, 2, so I definitely wouldn't be able to decipher what questions y'all answering. So 19 is, how old were you when you actually found out what love is? Now, interestingly enough, I've been in a relationship with the person I'm in a relationship with for over 20 years now. I don't feel like I found out what love actually is until about 3 or 4 years ago. And that doesn't mean that I wasn't in love or that I didn't love the person that I'm with, but I mean actually found out what this shit really means. Actually found out what it feel like, what it's supposed to feel like, what you're supposed to do, what they're supposed to do, how all this shit's supposed to be discussed, and all those things. I would say about 3 or 4 years ago. I'm 38, so baby, that was 34. Look, I done told y'all they set me up to be somebody baby mama at 3 years old. And it took me damn near 30 years to even figure out what the fuck love actually meant, okay? So the last question for this slide is, question number 20 is, how old were you when you got betrayed for the first time? I was definitely under 21. And under 21, but like I said, the person that I was just speaking about when I said, I might have been a friend the whole damn time. I'm supposed to be your damn wife over here. I think I was probably like 14 or 15. So definitely, no, that's not even true. Definitely no, because it wasn't even that person. It was somebody else that I don't even give a fuck about the person. But when I say that shit taught me a lesson. Because who the fuck you think you are? And so we definitely finna get into that because it's a key, child. Now that I'm grown, it's funny. But child, when I say it wasn't nothing funny because I was finna flip the whole damn school over, Listen, okay? So when I was younger, I was a child. As y'all can see, I'm a talker, so I'm going to talk my butt off to anybody and everybody. So when I was younger, I had, lots of friends. I was talking to a boy that I was going to school with. He was a friend that I knew for years. It was somebody that I had known outside of school, and we ended up going to school together. And we went to a school where there's only a handful of kids. So it's not like a very, very big campus. It's like just a handful of kids. So there was a new girl that ended up coming to the school. New girl, pretty girl. She was sweet. She came and she befriended everybody. She was cool with everybody. So she was cool with some of my friends. So obviously I got to know her in that way. I'm gonna jump back into the comments in a second because I know y'all probably like, D, we trying to answer your damn questions, okay? So like I said, we're gonna jump in and out of story times based on a lot of these questions. But so like I said, she comes and the boy that I'm talking to, we've been talking for a minute. Like I said, I've been knowing him for years. So there's a friendship that I think there's a friendship here, and there's a level of respect. But here, baby, we 14. So respect who and for what? Because don't nobody owe nobody nothing, right? So at the end of the day, she's at the school, she's doing whatever she's doing, and she will frequently tell some of the girls that I knew that she liked my boyfriend. So at the end of the day, like I said, for me, I'm such a talker, and I'm so bubbly and open because I'm a child and I'm naive. I'm thinking, okay, well, she's telling everybody she liked my boyfriend. She don't know me. She don't really know him. So at the end of the day, she don't know what's going on. I don't know if these people are telling her what's going on or not. So she decides she's a shy girl. So she never told him. So eventually, like I said, they came and told me. So me being me, I'm going over there. I done told this nigga. I done told my husband. Look, child, I done told my husband, like, you know what? Look, that girl over there thinks she like you, child. Funny, right? Funny, hilarious. This is all funny game. So eventually over days, this is not like the next day or anything, but over days, I would start to notice that she was more open to kind of talking about how she felt about him more openly, So I'm thinking like, oh well, damn, she really like him now, but this is crazy because they don't even know each other. So lo and behold, probably a month later, girl, why the fuck? I said, why, child? I'm walking around school and she got his backpack on. I'm like, well, that looked like his backpack. So like I said, I'm checking temperatures. I'm not one to kind of, immediately confront a situation. So I'm kind of asking everybody like, what the fuck is going on over here? So child, lo and behold, they have been dating for 6 like 6 weeks already. And I'm like, how the fuck y'all dating? First of all, I done told you that this girl like you, but that's me talking so fucking much. That's me assuming that a nigga's gonna be my husband for real. That he not gonna betray me. That he's just not gonna do me dirty. So for me, 14, child, that's when I realized this ain't what it is, friends. This is not what it is. So now don't nobody stand a chance, okay? Because I don't trust a fucking thing moving at this point. So I'm gonna get to your answers so we can get on through these slides, okay? My friend, let me see. So I have, like I said, A, drank for the first time, B, smoked for the first time, lost your B card, thought you were in love, found out what love is, and got betrayed for the first time. Thank you to Mr. Moore, my friends, for following in the building. I appreciate y'all. I see my cousin Denny Moss in the building. I appreciate you, and thank you for answering the questions, friend. Thank you to my friend Joycelyn Jones for being in the building, and thank y'all for chiming in the chat. So I see a lot of A's and a lot of B's. So I see a lot of over 21s, and I see a lot of under 21s. So a lot of the experience, it seems like I said, that we have as women is under 21. So would you say that those experiences shape who you are, or is it something that you were able to shake off? So if you started smoking early, drinking early, having sex early, if you that thought you fell in love early, do you think that's something that affects you now as an adult? Does it affect how you maneuver in relationships? Are you still a heavy smoker or a heavy drinker, or are these things that you were able to grow out of and kind of see in yourself as time went on? For me, drinking. For me, like I said, since I've been drinking since I was 6, okay? Drinking is something that has been hot and heavy on my dad's side of the family. So that's why I said, child, that's why I've been drinking since I was 6, because then people wake up and will have a drink and definitely think you're supposed to have one with them too. So they definitely have a very, very strong drinking side to them. So I drink, but I don't drink a lot. I'm not a heavy liquor drinker. I drink beer or wine more than anything, but I can't drink, like really, really heavy like that because it just takes me out. But child, smoking, yes, I've been smoking since I was a child. So that's something that I have definitely carried on throughout my adulthood. I wouldn't say that it's something that would be an issue for me, but it's definitely something that, it's not something that I feel like I want to carry out or do for the rest of my life. Maybe dibble and dabble, but child, when I say get on my nerves, I'm gonna say, child, look, get on my nerves, I'm finna smoke. I'm about to go outside. You finna go outside. I'm finna smoke. Look, it's so at this point, like I said, it's not an issue. It's funny. I'm being silly, but at the end of the day, at this point, it's still not something that I would like to carry out throughout the rest of my life, as far as wanting to do it on a daily basis or anything like that. But I feel like the fact that I started off so early definitely is what carried me through it. I feel like if I would have started off at a later age, I probably would have had less interest or more of an idea of how I felt about it versus just being open to try it. Let me see. My friend Phoenix Johnson says 19. Her answer to 19 is B. So found out what love is under 21. So my friend Phoenix Johnson says she found out what love is at under 21. So being that you were under 21 when you found out what love really is, does that make it difficult for you now forming relationships with people? Because a lot of people are not necessarily privy to what love is. A lot of people are moving and shaking based on what they think love is or how they're used to being handled in a situation. Let me see. My friend Sonia C says, oh, I'm sorry, hold on. My friend Denny Ma says 19A. So she says she found out what love is over 21. And I feel like a lot of finding out what love is comes from finding out who you are. I asked somebody a while ago. She got married when she was, I think she said she got married when she was 18, and then now she's remarried. And I asked her, does she feel like now that she's grown? I think she's 46. I asked her, now that she's grown, does she feel like the love that she has for her husband that she's with now is the same love that she had for her husband at 18? And she said no, simply because she was in love with her husband for what she knew love to be at the time when she was 18. And I said, I like that answer because for what you know it to be at that time. Yes. Sleeping together, eating together, being on the phone together, getting up, going to work together, like all those things can make you feel like you're in love. So sometimes the idea of love and actually being in love, crossing that line, sometimes people don't cross that line to actually know what that is until further on in life because you're experiencing shit at such a repetitive rate because you're not facing yourself. So that's why I asked that question. So thank you guys for answering that. Let me see. Look, y'all, we're gonna get into some more of these questions too because they're gonna get trickier, child. Let me see. My friend Sonia C says under 21 for the first four answers. So drinking, smoking, lost a V car, and thought she was in love under 21, and then found out what love is over 21, and then also the last one got betrayed for the first time under 21. So yeah, I feel like a lot of the betrayal and stuff is gonna happen. I feel like, the worst betrayals can happen older because you're more serious about your relationships the older you get. But definitely, I feel like, your first betrayal is usually happens for us, when we're teenagers, when we're young girls. Let me see. My friend C. Clark says all B's for mine. So everything happened under 21. Do you feel like that kind of shaped who you are now as an adult, or were you able to, what are those traumas that you held on to? Were they experiences that kind of messed up your adulthood, or kind of you carried them into adulthood as lessons and you're kind of able to see through a lot of the things now? My friend Poppy Montgomery is in the building, says TGIF, we made it, y'all. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. Look, y'all, I told y'all I was gonna make it here. We was gonna do this therapy and reality, child. We was gonna wrap up the end of this month with some fun, and I appreciate y'all for showing up, and thank y'all for chiming in, because like I said, I can't ask no questions without no answers, friend. So I definitely need y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here today. And because look, child, if I don't chit chat with y'all, then I'll be going through all this stuff in my own brain. And like I said, half of us as adults need somebody to talk to, but we don't be wanting to be open and honest. So, or, sometimes you don't want to be judged. So you don't want to give your honest or open self to everybody all the time. So this is just a space where we can come and be open and honest, but have a little bit of fun with it too. Because like I said, some of these questions are going to get trickier. So don't get comfortable, friends. Don't get comfortable, okay? Put your seatbelts on because it's about to get wild. My friend Poppy Montgomery says A. So she says under 21 for 19 when finding out what love is. Over 21, I'm sorry. So over 21. So yeah, definitely over 21. I feel like I said, for me, I feel like I really just found out. And like I said, I've been with the same person over 20 years. So for me, really finding out like literally what it means to love somebody and what it feels like to be loved by somebody just a few years ago, because I wasn't facing certain parts of myself, and the parts that I thought I was facing weren't necessarily parts that mattered for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that are within you that you're going to kind of dig deep enough to confront, so you can kind of say, well, hell, I ain't going to be no good to no man. I ain't going to be no good to nobody if I don't fix this shit and pay attention, okay? Sorry, friends. I got to clear my throat. Let me see. My friend Poppy Montgomery said, my bad, 15 through 18 is B. So her 15 through 18, smoking, drinking, B card, and thought she was in love, was all under 21. Sorry. My friend Phoenix Johnson says, my first boyfriend who betrayed me still she said he's still stalking her, child. Get that nigga out of here. She said because he can't get over it. Now that's crazy. Now that is slightly crazy, because at the end of the day, how old were y'all? Were you grown? Were you, were you young? Was this a few years back? Was it recently or a while ago? My friend C. Clark says, I let it go. Okay, so yeah, so at the end of the day, sometimes it'll be things that you can kind of work through and move forward past. I was kind of asking that because I don't know if you guys watched the podcast Poor Minds. So one of the young ladies on the podcast Poor Minds supposedly has been cheating with some lady's husband, and the lady is pretty much saying she's not able to move on with her life because she's still grieving the loss of losing her boyfriend to this woman. For me, I don't know if I can love you to pieces, but I can't do that to myself specifically for your ass, is what I'm saying. Okay. So at the end of the day, when my friend C. Clark says, I let it go, you're going to have to. Not you, but I'm just saying, I feel like it's a healthy thing to do, because I've also watched my friends go through shit. Child, look, it's people not talking to me till this day because they're not letting shit go with these people. You got to let it go, specifically because if you don't let it go, you fucking your life up. I don't know who this man is. There was a Jamaican man online one day, and his commentary was, anger is a punishment that you give yourself, because whoever you're angry at is not holding on to the frustration. You are. You the one that got to walk around with that anger, that frustration, that sadness, and all that all day. By the time this man moved on, by the time the person who betrayed you has, woken up the following day, they are no longer thinking about you. So if you holding on to it, you just whooping your ass with discomfort for no reason. Okay. So that's definitely something. I like that my friend said she let it go, because at some point you're gonna have to let it go. Let me see. These are in the wrong order. So let me stop sharing this really quickly so I can reposition these so I can get these in the correct order for y'all. Because I'm trying to get to the other parts of the questions. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we are. Okay, here we are. Let me present my screen again. Add. Okay. Now I gotta put it in present mode. Oh shit. Okay, so my friend Joyce and Jones says, well, I'm letting it go to be happy for myself. Absolutely. You got to let it go to be happy for yourself. Otherwise, and then especially I feel like when people have children and stuff too, the young lady was saying that she was having a hard time moving on with her life and taking care of her family properly because she was grieving the man. And I'm like, for me, honey, look, heartbreak, I get it, but how fucking dare you say you're not being a good mom because you worried about this nigga? That's crazy to me. So that's what I'm saying is, like, hold yourself accountable enough to realize you saying shit that you think is going to make sense to other people. Meanwhile, them kids is looking at you like, what are you talking about? Because at the end of the day, everybody understands heartbreak. But I feel like if you pay attention to what you're doing and what's been done to you or things that you've experienced, don't nobody want no sad ass mom. And especially when I feel like you're a sad ass mom because you're so worried about this fucking man. Meanwhile, we over here, A, just watching you be sad, B, picking up on your sadness, and then C, just being drugged through the fucking mud for however long you finna be sad about this nigga. I just don't feel like doing that. For me, I feel like I feel like it's a form of disrespect to your family and your kids. Your kids, pick it up, pick up the pieces and move forward. You have to. At the end of the day, you're going to have to show them at some point how to fall down and shake shit off too. So that becomes part of the trickle down effect of when you're not facing yourself, you teaching them how to not face themselves too. My friend Phoenix Johnson says we were younger, 11 to 16, but has always begged for chances. This stalking, he just popped up at my mom's at 1 a.m. Child, drunk looking for me, honey. No, friend, absolutely not. You showing up drunk. Show up at my mom's house drunk. I'm calling the police on your ass because what are you doing here, fool? Get your ass up out of here. First of all, give me the rest of the drink because I might want that. But second of all, get the fuck up out of here right after you do it because you done lost your mind. Okay? Hell no. Question 21, friends, is right there. Like I said, put the number to the questions because these are so out of order. I'm just skipping through them because I want to kind of get through everything. But put the number to the questions as I ask them. So the next question is number 21. Would you fall for fetishes? So if you had a person that had a freaky ass past, we just gonna use our friend. Look, we're gonna use our thick bestie for an example because in the marathon, we heard a lot of our friends saying, licking booty, had his legs up in the air, licking his booty, and he had his legs up in the air like a baby child. Okay, so at the end of the day, if you had, if you were with somebody that had, my friend Waterbug is in the building. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you for being here. Says, hey, D, and hey, everyone. Hope I didn't miss too much. Nope, we just now getting into the mess, child. We just got through some questions, but we definitely are just getting into the fun right now. So yeah, you came just in time, friend. I appreciate you. So, like I said, if you are with somebody, and look, child, you can hold. I don't even think I'm sharing my screen, friends. I'm just talking like y'all can see what's up on the damn screen. Hopefully, okay. Hopefully y'all can see it. So it should say, would you fall for their fetishes on your screen? Hopefully, if you guys can see it, give me a thumbs up. Because child, and when I say nothing is working over here, I can't see a damn thing. Let me try to use this other phone. So yes. Would you fall for the fetishes? Meaning, if you were with somebody, and child, I'm saying with somebody that you really, really like, not just, everybody sometimes falls in line with a relationship, but everybody has their fantasy. Well, not everybody, child, because I really don't. When I say my right hand to God, when I say I don't have a fantasy person, I really don't give a damn. Okay, but at the end of the day, your fantasy person, if your fantasy person is Beyonce, if your fantasy person is whoever the hell, I don't know, child, Chris Brown, if this person had a freaky fetish, liking their booty lick, like I said, because our friend always talks about licking the booty, child. She always talks about licking the cheeks. Okay, so if this person had a freaky fetish, is this something that you could do for the long haul, or is this something? So if they had a freaky fetish, is it something that you could do for the long haul? A is yes. B is hell no. Double A is maybe. It depends on the partner, and then double B is for fun only. Okay, so. If you feel like it's something that you could definitely do, if it's Chris Brown and you feel like you can lick them cheeks for the rest of if you feel like you can lick his booty for the rest of your life, child, then you're going to put A. Absolutely. If you feel like you're just not going to lick no booty at all, you don't care how much you like Chris Brown or Beyonce, you're not going to lick no cheeks, you're going to put B, friends, okay? If the answer is maybe it just depends on if it's Chris Brown or not, then you're going to put double A, okay? If your answer is only for fun, if Chris Brown want me to lick his booty once or twice, we'll do it. But if he want me to do this for the long haul, I don't know if I can handle being with that man. You're going to put double B, okay? And like I said, correlate this to whoever you choose to sleep with. If your dream person is a woman, correlate it to your Beyonce or your Rihanna or whoever. And if your dream person is a man, then you're going to correlate it to your dream man. So again, if your fetish person, if your dream person had a fetish and their fetish was something along the lines of licking booty, sticking fingers up the booty, stuff like that, is it something that you would be able to hold on to for the long haul? A, yes. B, hell no. Double A, maybe it depends on the partner, or double B for fun only. Y'all let me know in the chat, friends. Y'all let me know in the chat. Hold on, y'all. And like I said, make sure you're writing down the question number so I know what you're answering. Question, y'all look, don't try to set us up and tell us to answer this shit. Don't try to tell us what number to put on here so people can go back and look on it and say, I'm finna lick the cheeks forever, child. I'm just saying. Is it something you feel like you can do forever? For me, look, friends, I'm finna be completely honest with you. I wouldn't give a damn who the man was. If you ask me to do anything with your booty, I gotta go home. And you gotta get the fuck up out of my house. One or the other. And I'm not even saying for the specific fact that I feel any type of way about you wanting that. I just am not doing that because there's a lot of shit happening down there that I'm not used to. I'm not even used to what happens there. Look, child, I'm barely fucking with my own booty. Okay, it's only two times a day that I'm over here messing with this ass. Okay, it's when I'm wiping it and when I'm showering. Otherwise, I don't even want. If you start asking me questions about doing shit like that to me, it's also gonna be a problem. So my answer is no across the board. I'm not doing it, and I don't want you doing it to me. I wouldn't give a damn if it was Chris Brown, Beyonce, Jesus Christ, Donald Trump, Barack Obama. I don't give a damn who it was, child. Nobody's playing with the booty, and I'm not playing with nobody's booty. That's just me, but I'm not judging nobody, friends. I'm just asking y'all questions because, like I said, our friend likes to talk about booty licking so much, and it seems like she likes to lick a nigga booty so much. It's interesting, and I needed to know the answer to the question because we got a follow-up question for this. We have a follow-up question for this, friends. Let me see. My friend Penny Johnson says 21B. Okay, she says absolutely. What the fuck? I'm not. No, I don't give a damn how much I like you. We're not doing that here. My friend Joyce Jones says being here today is very uplifting. Thank y'all, friends. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you for being here. It's definitely it's definitely, like I said, it's definitely relieving, and it's always fun to come in here and talk to y'all, because like I said, sometimes it's stuff that I be needing to get off my chest that maybe I'm not willing to talk to a friend about. Last time, I didn't told y'all shit I didn't tell my mom because I told y'all I was afraid to tell my mom. So this is what the damn last therapy was about. It's shit that sometimes you just not really ready to discuss things in a certain way, or discuss things on a certain platform, or say things to people when you're, not platform, but it's just in a certain setting. So sometimes you can just need a comfortable, safe space to relieve yourself and have a good time with other people. So I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you for being here and saying that. My friend Joyce Jones also says she's moving out on Monday. Congratulations, friend. And wherever you're going, I definitely hope that you enjoy it and you love where you're going. You're going as well. My friend Cream 794 says B, nope. Fecal is lethal. She said, look, child, 100%. That's exactly why I said I'm not going back there. And that's why I'd be so surprised that Gina talks about going back there so much. So that's interesting to me, because I'm also slightly confused about the fact that she talked about going back there so much, and now she's with a husband. So I'm like, are you going back there? Are you going back there on Wizard Kelly? Does Wizard Kelly like that? Because honey, child, look, when I say a nigga that talks too much, he be liking too much too. That over sexual energy definitely can be tricky when you're dealing with, child. Look, when you're dealing with somebody and they are overly sexual, that's something that is something to be questioned as well. And sometimes I feel like there are people who are naturally just have a high sex drive. But for the most part, people that I've come across that have that very overly sexual energy and like a lot of crazy, freaky, nasty shit have had some pretty interesting experiences. Maybe good, maybe bad, but just the experiences, the experiences that they've had might have led them to being so inclined to having all these experiences, if you know what I'm saying. Let me see. My friend Wonderbuck says, I don't have a dream person. So she said, absolutely not. She said, I don't even like a motherfucker enough to be playing them type of games. Okay. I agree with you, friend. I don't either, child. I don't either. Let me see. And my friend Cream 794 is crazy for saying fecal is lethal, child. My friend Balchula says, 21, her answer for 21 is double A. She said, look, child, depending on who it is, because my friend said, depending on, let me read your answer. She says, hey, I aim to please my partner. Shower first, please and thank you. And I need to check. Look, she said I need to check beforehand. She said I need to check beforehand. Hold on, that's funny because this is a girl I used to watch on YouTube. Her name is Jayla Majette. She doesn't post often, and then sometimes you just grow out of watching people. But at the end of the day, her name is Jayla Majette, and she used to be. Her and her husband used to do vlogs together, and there was one particular vlog where she had gotten in the shower and she shaved and stuff like that, and she's like, oh well, yeah, we finna have fun. I don't know why they doing all this on the camera, friends. Oversharing be at its finest on YouTube. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go down there, I'm gonna have a good time. Child, he went down there, he said, wait, I feel like you missed something. She said, what, you feel like you see some hair or something down there? I'm like, why are y'all, first of all, why are you talking about all this on the camera? But for the fact that he's doing a full-blown inspection before he do the job is what killed me. Because I'm like, the nigga got to lift the hood up to make sure all the parts are operating properly before he get the job done. Child, that's funny. But definitely my friend says, it first of all depends on who it is. And second of all, if I'm a pleaser, child, I'm going to please my friends. However, I'm going to please my friends. And I ain't mad at you, Balchula. So look, if any of y'all in here freaky, y'all might, my friend Balchula is freaky as well. My friend Balchula is freaky as well. So hey, if you like getting your bumper lifted and you like a little lick in between each tire, then hell, my friend Balchula might got you, but you better make sure you clean, friends. You better make sure you clean. But another thing is, it's funny to me that people are, I'm not somebody that talks about, my sexual life all the time or anything like that. But it's always funny to me when people are kind of like afraid to talk about certain things, just because I'm like, hell, we all grown. There's a lot of stuff that I say in here that I wouldn't say in my normal life just because, child, it's inappropriate. But coming in here and talking to y'all, like I said, is definitely freeing, because it gives me, and I feel like everybody else, a chance to kind of, like I said, let your hair down and laugh and say the things you wouldn't usually say. So my friend Balchula, I definitely appreciate you for being honest and open. Let me see. My friend Joyce Jones says, thank you, friends, and hell no. She said B. She's like, absolutely no, friends. Let me see. My friend Wonderbug says, exactly. If you're too overly sexual, it worries me. And like I said, for me, that's why I said, is it something that you can carry out through your relationship? Because I feel like this question came from, like I said, because our friend talks about licking booty so much. And for me, being that she's in a new marriage, I wonder if, I'm sure he has his past too. So I'm sure that there's questions that they just feel unnecessary to ask. But I feel like since a lot of this stuff is on camera, if there's ever a conversation of where, like, damn, you be doing all that? You know what I'm saying? Or you did all that before, you know, or I've never experienced that before. So are these things that you're now required to carry on in this relationship? So that's another question. Look, damn, child, look, this is the bonus question. If that's something that you've been doing and your new partner isn't privy to that or doesn't know anything about that, is that something that you carry on to your next relationship? Do you introduce them to it, or you just say, look, he don't know about me licking booty, so I'm not going to even lick his, okay? So y'all let me know in the comment section. Let me see. My friend Poppy Montgomery said she got paid for butt play. Oh, child said she got paid for butt play, allegedly. Child, look, I really wouldn't even be surprised, friend. I really wouldn't even be surprised, because it seems like anything kind of goes over there to, you know, pay her, don't pay her. It seems like she's going to play with it regardless, okay? Let me see. My friend Waterbug said that's a good question. And like I said, nobody feel like you're being judged in here, because there's a whole lot of shit I'm finna say that y'all finna judge too, okay? Like I said, y'all seen the damn title said fucked up friend. When I say we finna get to my bullshit in a second, don't ever feel like you coming in here to be judged, because y'all finna get up out of here like, look, B, we don't fucking trust you either. I don't even know why you've been telling us all this stuff about these ladies, because your ass is toe up. But that's okay. This is why we in therapy, friends. This is exactly why we in therapy. Hold on, let me slide over to the next slide, friends. Okay, so the next question is 22 through 26. Remember to write your question number before you write your answer so that we know what you're talking about. 22 through 26 is never have I ever. So the first question, number 22, have you ever ate the grocery, child? So we just went through if you had a fantasy person, would you? But this question is have you, okay? So don't misconstrue it. Don't try to say I already answered that question, because no, you didn't, okay? No, y'all didn't answer that question. The question was, would you? This question is have you, okay? So never have I ever ate the groceries. If you have, you're going to put A. If you haven't, you're going to put B. Number 23 is had your groceries eaten. If you have, you're going to put A. If you haven't, you're going to put B. Number 24 is slept with your parents, friend, child. Now, don't, I said exactly what I said. Have you ever slept with your parents' friend? Your mama or your daddy got a friend and you slept with them. That's the question. If your answer is yes, A. If your answer is B, if your answer is no, B. 25, have you ever slept with a coworker? 26, have you ever slept with somebody that you met online? 27, have you ever given knowledge on the first night? Meaning, child, have you ever given brains on the first night? Have you ever licked the booty? Have you ever went under the bumper on the first night on anybody? If you man, woman, whatever your relationship is. My answers, hold on, y'all. Let me turn this here on. My answer is 22. Look, y'all. My answer is exactly the same from the last slide. 22, never have eaten the groceries. I wouldn't give a damn how many groceries you brought to my house. I ain't never that hungry, okay? So no. But number 23, have I ever gotten the groceries eaten? No, I've never had the groceries eaten before either. And I don't think that, for me, that's just not something that I think that I would choose to be interested in. And then, like I said, I done been with this man so long, baby. If he didn't offer to eat my groceries, we going to shit. So we probably going to jail, because where the fuck you get that from? When the fuck you start doing shit like this? Okay, so we probably going straight to jail after he asked to eat my damn groceries, child. And we probably going to jail if I ask to eat his too, because he for damn sure gonna have some questions about what the fuck I've been doing. Okay, let me see. And like I said, ain't no problem with it. It's just not something we done. So it would definitely be some questionable shit if we started asking each other about stuff like that. Let me see. Number 24 says, slept with your parents' friend. No, I have not, child. I have not. But I definitely have a friend who slept with her daddy's friend. And now, slept with a daddy's friend, and the mom is hanging out with her and the man. Her mom is hanging out with her and the boyfriend. But child, look, I was hanging out with them too. I was hanging out with all of their asses, okay? But the daddy had passed away. This is not funny, friends. This is some bullshit. But this is how I say, we end up in traumatizing situations and then be asking how we got here. So, my friend has her father passed away years ago, and her father was friends with a man for several years. They were really tight. They were buddies. So she knew this man growing up. Her mom was friends with the man as well. The man is married. I'm not really sure. Now, his wife, the friend's wife, falls in place. So she's going to come in. She's going to come in here. Okay. She's going to come in the story in just a second. So the dad's friend wife, they had been married for a significant amount of time. But my friend, like I said, her father passed away. And initially, the dad's friend would come over there with her and the mom as just, a level of support. Now, you would think if anything, the daddy's friend is going to start messing around with the mom. I don't know how the fuck he start messing around with my friend. But her ass is sleeping with her daddy friend after her dad passed away, okay? And she knows she knows that her daddy's friend is married as well. Her daddy's friend had, look, child, I'm not going to say too much because these people be like, bitch, why are you telling our business? But at the end of the day, the friend has a business, and the friend has a business, and they do pretty much home-based. Look, that's all I'm going to say, child. They do home-based work, okay? But it's him and his wife's business. So my friend would have him and his wife come over and clean her house, do shit to the grandma's house. So he's dragging his wife around all this whole damn family, not realizing his wife, this is your friend's daughter, so this is like your niece. Not realizing this is his side piece, okay? So this is what I'm saying. This is why I asked, would you ever sleep with your parents' friend? Because for me, child, look, I don't even know my daddy, so I definitely don't know none of the nigga friends. So no, absolutely not. And then the majority of the men that I know based on my mom are like her husband, her exes or something like that. So absolutely not. But damn, like when I say child, when I say story time, that's a whole nother story time in itself. Because honey, when I say sleeping with the child, we done hung out with that man. This man done gave us, we done hung out with this man on so many damn occasions, he might as well have been her goddamn husband. And then when I say I used to run into him and his wife, and he used to act like he knew me because he worked out of school. So he would act like, because we're significantly younger than him, this man is her daddy age. So when he would run into me and my boyfriend, because we all lived in the same building, so he was familiar with me and my boyfriend because we would all hang out together. When she had parties, he would be at the parties. Me and my dude would be back there. They would all be talking and stuff. So we would see him frequently out with his wife. Child, when I say he used to act like we was his students, he used to act like we was some students that used to go to his job so that his wife wouldn't find out who we were. And when I say my raggedy ass, it wasn't my business, so I played the part, child. When I say, that's what I'm saying. This is how we get into fucked up friends. Because sometimes I've been a fucked up friend, but I'm not afraid to admit it. And I'm going to tell y'all when I've been wrong. But I used to just go along with it. So because I don't know this man, I don't know his wife, I don't know the situation. All I know is my friend. I know my friend is raggedy as fuck for this whole situation. But at the end of the day, it wasn't my job to go step in on these people's toes and tell them what was happening. So that's why I asked the question, have you ever slept with your friend's parents, child? Your parents' friends. The other one was, have you ever slept with a coworker? 26 is, have you slept with anybody that you met online? And 27 is, have you ever given brain on the first night, child? Let me see. My friends are, hold on, let me scroll up. Let me see. My friend Wonderbug said LMAO too. Okay, I need the therapy, child. We all do. Okay. My friend Phoenix Johnson says 22B. So she says absolutely. She said nope. Haven't ate the groceries. My friend Phoenix Johnson. I'm sorry. Yes, my friend Phoenix Johnson also says. Oh, I'm sorry. I might be reading the wrong one. She says 24. Oh, I'm sorry. She says 23B. So she says she's never had the groceries eaten either. She said 24. No, as well. So slept with a parent's friend. Look, a lot of y'all probably about to be like, honey, she probably the one and only, because that's bold, child. When I say to sleep with your daddy's friend, that's bold. And the man is married, baby, crazy as hell. When I say we used to have fun with that man, child. We used to have fun with, because he's an older man, so he's older. We're younger, so he want to go, child. He want to go buy weed. He want to go buy liquor. He just want to have a good time. And I'm like, this is some bullshit, but it's not my business. So let's go, friends. Let's have a ball, okay? Let me see. So let me see. My friend Phoenix Johnson also says 25A, slept with a coworker. My friend Phoenix Johnson says, I have slept with a coworker though. Child, look, are y'all still messing around? Did you carry it through, or was it just a one and done situation? My friend Phoenix Johnson also says she's also slept with somebody that she met online. Now, I feel like meeting people online now is drastically different than meeting people online back in the day. Because baby, when I say meeting somebody online back in the day, we're going to make this a quick story time too. My friend, I don't know if y'all remember like the party line from years ago. We used to be on the party line when we were probably like in high school. Child, look, I'm still friends with all these people, so this shit is a kiki to me. Baby, when I say met these people on the party line, and my friend used to be hot and heavy on the party line, not me. She had her own phone, so I just used to be over there when she used to be on the phone. So she would meet people on the party line all the time. So she met a boy on the party line. I don't know what the fuck. I think he told her name was Aaron or some shit like that. Okay, child. So she meet this boy on the party line. She been talking to this nigga the whole summer. We supposed to be going into the new school year. She's gonna meet this boy as soon as the school year starts. We get to the school. They have plans. Okay, I'm gonna wear this. This is what I'm look like. I'm gonna be here. Meet me there. So this is why I'm laughing, because my friend said she met somebody online. So I'm like, this is why when I turned into an adult, I just wasn't doing certain shit, because I have to learn my lesson from the traumatization I had been through before. So like I said, my friend, she's talking to this boy all summer. We get to school, and so when we're at school, we never run into the boy. We never see Aaron or whatever. So we're like, okay, Aaron, where you been at all day? Get home. Aaron calls her. Aaron is like, hey, baby, I seen you today. You had on da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So she's like, well, hell, where was you at? Because I didn't see you. We have been to school for like 2 months. Aaron is playing games. Aaron been telling my friend the whole time, I've been seeing you. You had on this. I seen you with your homegirl. Your homegirl looked like this. Da, 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 da. So she's like, this is starting to get crazy. I don't know what's going on with Aaron. So lo and behold, there was like chatter going around and people were coming up to her telling her like, hey, you ain't never met Aaron before? You ain't never seen Aaron? You better meet Aaron. You better meet Aaron. So we all were like, no, we ain't never met Aaron. Okay. When I say Aaron looked like Tootie Chow, when I say Aaron was Tootie Jr. Chow, I'm like, bitch, are you serious? You've been fucking with my friend for almost a year now, and we just now, but this is the whole damn girl, and she had been just riding the wave, child. She had been riding the wave, but she had also been telling everybody at school that she was dating my friend. So my friend didn't realize she was in a lesbian relationship with this girl at school for half the fucking school year, friends. So for me, I'm just like, online, it was never gonna cut it for me. After that, her ass never talked to nobody online either. But that's what I'm like. A whole lot of shit will definitely turn your brain upside down about how you feel about a lot of this stuff. Let me see. Sorry, friends, that was a kiki. Like I said, that wasn't even supposed to be part of this, but that was funny. My friend Aries Says Live says 22A, 23A, 24, 24 and 25A, 26A and 27B. So a lot of yeses and a lot of no's. So let me see what you look, child. Let me see what you said to 24. She said 24. Hold on, friend. Wait a second. 24 was slept with a parent's friend. So you said yes, so you slept with your parent friend. I don't know if that's what you meant to say, Balchula. Hold on. Who's that? That was my friend Aries Says Lies. Aries Says Lies, was it your mama friend or your daddy friend? If that's what you said, okay? You clear that friend. Let me know what you did. My friend Phoenix Johnson says 27B. Giving knowledge on the first night. So she said, absolutely not. Me, I just don't know your body parts enough to even be doing all that on the first night. Now, hey, you can do it as you please, but for me, I just don't be feeling safe enough with people to do it on the first night. For me, like I said, I ain't been with nobody on the first night, but the same man I've been with. But at the end of the day, just in the past, I just haven't, I was so young as well. There were just things that either I was afraid, this motherfucker was tripping me out, trying to get me to do some shit I was confused about doing or wasn't ready to do. So a lot of the shit was just kind of like, what are you talking about, sir? Okay, let me see. My friend Balchula says 22A, 23A, 24B, 25A, 26B, and 27B. So thank y'all for answering these questions. I'm going to go ahead and scroll through some more of them so we can get through the damn live stream, okay? Because I got about an hour before I got to get out of here. Let me see. My friend Shay Buddy's in the building says, oh, wow, look, she probably is like, some of y'all in these answers, child. My friend Eric Says Live says, damn, my 45 years on this earth has been crazy. That's okay, friend. That's okay. Like I said, that's why we're here, because I feel like half of this shit be my problem, too. That's why I said I can't do too much judging of the ladies. I laugh and I kiki about a lot of the stuff they did, but a lot of it is so damn familiar because I done dip my toe into it, too, okay? Let me see. Let me scroll. My friend Phoenix Johnson says, groceries eaten, yes. She's like, yes, I've definitely sold the groceries, but I'm not, child, not sold them, because she's like, I ain't sold a damn thing, D. I don't know why you're saying that, but definitely, she said, she has definitely got the groceries eaten, but never eaten the groceries. Let me see. My friend Balchula said the party line took me back. Child, look, the party line definitely, my friends be on the look. The party line told the whole shit up. The party line is what fucked it up for Instagram and ever meeting a nigga online again for me and my friend. Because when I say Aaron traumatized both of us with that shit, I'm like, bitch, you've been in a fucking full-blown relationship with this girl the whole time. And everybody at school knew the shit except for us two. I'm like, girl, do you know how funny this shit is? That's crazy. I'm like, what a sneaky motherfucker, Aaron. What a sneak. And I would say Aaron real name, but at the end of the day, I still love it. I still love Aaron. Me and my friend is still friends with Aaron to this day because she is a hell of a bitch. When I say she is a hell of a bitch for pulling that shit at such a young age, I'm like, now, bitch, if Catfish was out back then, we would have been famous because that shit is funny to me. Okay, let me see. Yes, look, my friends are like, I remember the party line. Definitely, the party line was a thing back then. Let me see. My friend Aries Says Live said, yep, my daddy friend, child. Look, she said, yes, I have slept with my daddy friend. Did anybody find out about it, or was it a secret, and is it still a secret? My friend Aries Says Live says, but he was 20 years younger than my daddy. Oh, okay, so he was still of good age. He wasn't like, he wasn't an old daddy friend, at least. So he probably was still a little young and fine. So that ain't, look, when I say the nigga my friend is dealing with is not even young and fine, when I say the nigga she dealing with ain't even young and fine, friend, he ain't young or fine, child. Okay, I don't know what the hell the man used to look like, but I'm like, honey, maybe she's still thinking about what he used to look like. Because I'm like, honey, your ass is nuts. But then she was also dealing with another child. She was dealing with another old man. She was dealing with another old man, and the old man used to he had a little erectile dysfunction situation, but he used to always in front of everybody talk about how he was gonna take her down and what he was gonna do to her at the end of the night. Child, when I say the look on her face, she used to be looking at everybody around the room so goddamn irritated, and I'm like, I know, friend, I know, but that's okay. It is okay, okay, my friend. Okay, so the next question is if you're in a relationship with a man, is it okay for him to like his groceries eaten? So, like I said, being that our friend likes to talk about eating groceries so much, would you find it strange that the man that you're dealing with wants his groceries eaten so often? Would that start to be something that you question, or would it just be something that you would dive into because you're so, because you into your man or you're into your relationship? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comments below, okay? I'm going to stop sharing for a second so I can make sure I'm moving through the rest of these slides because I want to make sure that we get through the whole thing today. Hold on. And then on the last not on the last one, but on one of them damn videos where Gina was saying her turnoffs about the man, she was saying that the man would try to convince her to eat his groceries all the time. So she's like, he's always making bets with her to try to, get her to eat his groceries. And I'm like, I feel like eventually I would have started questioning why, why are you trying to convince me to do that so much? Now, if you want it done, say you want it done. But the way that you're asking me and the way you're trying to convince me about these groceries is starting to confuse me slightly. So that's just definitely, I don't know if we started off like that, I probably wouldn't have a problem if it wasn't something that you were asking all the time, and it's something that's like, something that we already started doing. But if you wanted me to do it all the time, I probably would start to, kind of ask a few questions. And then if I got into a relationship with somebody that wanted to do that all the time, I would probably start to ask questions as well. Because I would kind of, if it's not something that I asked them to do, if it's just something that's being introduced to me, it's something that I would definitely ask questions about at some point in time. Okay, that's just me. So we're going to move on to some more of the questions, and then we'll get into my little story time, and then I'm going to get y'all out of here for today, okay, child? But we still got some kikis to go, friends. We still got some kikis to go. So back to the questions. We're starting off from the beginning of the slides again. So these questions are realistic. Be realistic with yourself, okay? You don't have to sugarcoat nothing. Don't try to make it sound good for everybody. Just answer the question for what it is. Question number 1, realistically. Would you choose love or would you choose money? Would you rather have love or would you rather have money? Right now, we're seeing a lot of the ladies, well, not even a lot of the ladies. We're seeing some ladies choose love, and we're seeing some ladies choose, or, we're seeing some ladies choose love, and then we're seeing some ladies live with the money. So in your mind, if you had an option, I'm not saying everybody has the option to have the love or the money, but at the end of the day, if you had an option, would you choose love or the money? A for the love, B for the money. Let me get to the chat. Hold on. Look, people laughing at laughing with my friend Ari Says Live. She said, look, he's 20 years younger, friend. So at the end of the day, it wasn't that damn bad, okay? My friend Shay Butter in the building says, I think a man wasn't that estranged. I just feel like, yeah, as a man, if it's, I feel like if it's something that you're asking because you want to try it, like maybe if it's just because you wanted to try it, but if it was something that you were constantly asking me to do, I would just kind of, I don't know. I would definitely kind of, I might have to stop calling your ass after a while. Come on, boy. Yeah, look, I don't know. My phone, look, the relationship might start feeling one-sided to your ass after a while. Because I might have to just back off after a minute and you keep on asking me about that shit. Hold on, friends. This man don't want to hurry up and come in the house. Let me see. My friend Phoenix Johnson says, I will question it, especially if he's been to jail or prison. That's interesting. That is definitely interesting. Now, from what we done heard, Wizard Kelly done took his ass to there for a period of time. So if he start asking to get his booty licked, then we might want to know what he was doing in there too. Okay, let me see. My friend Balchula says, all the time I would ask questions. Definitely start to ask questions. Okay, and like I said, I feel like sometimes as adults we get to this point where we're grown, and so we start to feel like a lot of this shit is like it don't come from somewhere. Hold on. Like a lot of this stuff doesn't come from somewhere, but a lot of these things and a lot of the stuff that we enjoy, don't enjoy, respond to negatively, respond to positively is because of experiences that we've had. So sometimes people having this over-sexual energy comes from, being over-sexual or having experiences that they didn't prefer. So sometimes they'll carry that into their adulthood. So that's why I said for me, I'll definitely ask questions because I've had a lot of interesting experiences in my past as far as not even people my age, but grown ass men. You know what I'm saying? Just grown ass men introducing things to you, saying things to you, bringing things to your attention and stuff like that. So for me, I've always kind of been one to be like a question asker and kind of like, where did that even come from? So that's just my answer. Let me see. My friend Bochula says, I'm choosing love. I'm a hopeless romantic. Definitely choosing the love. For me, I definitely feel like, if I had a choice, I would choose the love. My friend Eric Save Live says, that's a trick question. She's like, look, I might need a little bit of both, friend. My friend Sonia C says, love brings many things. 100%. If you're in love, you can build until you get to the money. So I definitely like that answer. My friend Joycelyn Jones says 27A. He was real nice. Look, she said, look, baby, he was a nice one. So ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Okay. My friend Shea Butter says, I can't say I need both. So definitely love or money is a difficult answer. But like I said, we're seeing a lot of people choose love, or we're seeing a lot of people choose the money. Right now, I feel like Gina's in a position where she's going to end up having to choose love or money, because I don't know if her channel is going to continue to move forward in the way that it was moving before with the love. We're seeing Clayton not even choose, because I don't feel like she has a choice in this manner, but we're seeing Clayton experience this in a way where she's saying she'd rather have money because people are saying she's a baby mama. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like there's a level of truth to that, simply because, and I'm going to be 100, I'm going to put it on the table, and we're going to move on with it. But at the end of the day, I feel like that can't be true, because if the money was the thing that she was looking for, then I feel like she would have found a man that had some, if that makes any sense. She's saying, well, they can't call me broke, they can't call me this, they can't call me that. But if the money is the thing that's so pleasing to you, then you would have found a man that's on that level, and not a man that's on the level with the rest of us. Otherwise, it can't be the money you're looking for. It has to be real love. You was looking for a nigga to really love you. Otherwise, you would have looked for a nigga that really has some fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the honest stuff. That's just the honest truth of it all. So that's why I just feel like sometimes it's a kiki, and I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not saying that to get on her about the situation, but I feel like as adults, we're blinding ourselves and then fucking ourselves over saying shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, it don't matter how much money you have. Nobody wants to sit up and be fucking alone. So I'm not sure, like I said, wearing the jacket of, as long as I have the money, I really feel like that doesn't count, because if the money is the thing, then you wouldn't be asking for nothing else. We wouldn't be arguing with nobody about nothing else. So sometimes I feel like money gonna have to come secondary, because we could get to that. So that's my answer. Let me see. So hold on, y'all. Moving to the next question. Question number 2 is realistically. Now, we just said money or love. This question is realistically, would you rather love or respect? A, if you'd rather respect. B, if you'd rather have love. Now, this question comes from, we're seeing a lot of these people not necessarily be respected on these cameras. So we're not seeing anybody actually be loved on. That's why I said, how old were you when you actually found out what love really was versus what you thought it was? Because right now we're seeing people tell us that they're in love and that they're experiencing love on a level that I feel like is some teenage shit. What I feel like we're seeing and hearing on these cameras is puppy love. We're not hearing a man express his proper love for. I don't know if y'all seen that blog that came out today with them on the trip on the cruise ship. And they're talking about the lip gloss being left all over his dick when they're supposed to be sitting there just chilling. And he's like, oh, well, the camera probably seen us. And she's like, yeah, we put on a show for him. That to me, I don't know if you guys are seeing the visuals. Hopefully it's sharing. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm going through these damn questions and y'all can't even see it. So like I said, hopefully you guys saw the last one too. Let me scroll back in case you get it. But like I said, we're seeing a lot of people say and do things on camera that don't equal respect, but they're telling us that they're in love. So would you rather have respect or would you rather have love? This is question number 2. And like I said, respect in the manner of, I'd rather have somebody respect me for the rest of my life and know how to talk to me, talk to me respectfully, treat me respectfully, not embarrass me, and move on with our relationship that way. Or would I rather somebody really love me? Because I heard a conversation the other day on a podcast where the man was saying men would rather have respect over love. For me, I feel like I feel like that doesn't make any sense. And now you chime in and you let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. But for me, I feel like respect over love doesn't make any sense, simply because I'm going to get respect from everybody. I'm going to walk out this door and I'm going to get respect from every neighbor, from every person that work at the grocery store, from every bitch on the corner, from every man across the street. Everybody that I see is going to have a level of respect for me. Ain't none of them motherfuckers going to love me. Okay? So I feel like when we're hearing a man say something like, oh, I need you to have respect for me, I don't need you to love me, I feel like that comes from him wanting you to be obedient and him wanting you to do only what he wants you to do because he doesn't want you to have any level of discernment on your own. So I feel like that's kind of what we're seeing. We're seeing these men kind of play in their faces, but act like they love them, but they're not giving them any respect. You're not even respecting her. Like I said, I'm going to be respected from the people outside at the grocery store. These people are not going to say certain things to me because they respect me. But you're her husband and you're saying, leaving the lip gloss all over me and all that stuff on your camera, and this is supposed to be love. I don't feel like that can be that. I feel like there's no respect. How are we going to get the love if there is no respect? I don't feel like I need respect over love because I feel like love is going to come with respect. If you love me, you're gonna do all those things. That's going to come. If you love me, you're going to be loyal. If you love me, you're going to respect me. If you love me, you're going to do all these things. But just because you respect me doesn't mean you're going to love me. And I feel like I said, we're watching these ladies want ultra respect while dropping the ball on love. They wanted our respect as the audience to put you on a pedestal because you got the money. Now you having a man. Now you having a baby. Now you with this man. Now you married with Kelly. You want us to respect that because this is the story that you're showing us. Meanwhile, you're not even, these people don't even love y'all properly, but you want us to respect the fact that you don't even have the proper respect for yourself. You don't even have the proper respect from these people. And if you felt respected, you wouldn't be lying to the people about what's happening. So there is no love there because you're teetering the fence of barely having respect. So that's my judge about the respect versus the love. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me see. My friend Shea Butter says, oh, I'm sorry, I read that one already. My friend Joycelyn Jones says, B, love. Oh, she said B. She said B and love. I'm sorry. My friend Ari says live says respect. My friend Phoenix Johnson says you can't have true love without respect. My friend Sonia C says respect. My friend Shea Butter says knowing that respect is a requirement for me. That's love. My friend Balchula says that was beautifully said, Shay. Definitely, I agree. My friend Ari says live said me personally, I love everybody. You have to give me a reason not to love you, and that comes with boundaries as well. But a big thing that triggers me is disrespect. Absolutely. So the respect, like I said, I feel like is going to fall under the guidelines of love. But I feel like respect across the board can come from anybody because nobody, I feel like, most people are not going to blatantly disrespect you, but that doesn't mean that they love you. And most people that love you are going to at least try not to disrespect you. So that's just that, that was just my spiel about that. But like I said, I feel like as we're getting older, I feel like the lines of respect are starting to be requirements for, not respect is a requirement for love, because obviously it is, but I feel like people are using those blurred lines of respect as love, So I feel like the manipulation, the over talking and all this stuff we're seeing Gina do and all this stuff with her husband, I feel like they're selling us to that as love. And meanwhile, half of the audience is looking at that like that's what love truly is. And I'm just kind of like, that's why I said, how old were you when you found out what love truly is? Because that's not necessarily, we just touching. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like this is like we watching people shacking up. We watching people shacking up and then getting mad because we're not calling it love. He don't even respect you, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like this man don't even have an ounce of respect for you. So how the fuck are we supposed to call it love? We can't call it love. This is barely even respect. So no, I'm not calling it that. Let me see. My friend Phoenix Johnson says, a person can say that they love you, but they don't respect you enough not to cheat on you or defend you. Exactly. And my friend Joycelyn Jones says, I saw that she was a mess. 100%. A person can definitely, my friend Phoenix Johnson says, a person can definitely respect you. I'm sorry, hold on. Love you, but they don't respect you. So I definitely agree with that too. There's definitely, child, look, my brother said he was going to marry this lady, but he doesn't want to be with her like that. So that's why I'm like, he loves her and he wants to be with her, but he doesn't want to be with her. So that's what I'm like, well, what kind of respect do you have for this woman? There's a level of chaos that she's working with too, that she's willing to accept that, because at the end of the day, there is no respect factor there. If that's not what she wants, but she's just gonna go ahead and willingly deal with it to be with you, she's disrespecting herself in that way. Okay, child. Let me see. Next question. Question number 3 is, realistically, Would you choose your bestie or would you choose your relationship? Meaning, if you've been in a relationship, I mean, if you been friends with somebody for years and you got in a relationship with somebody and you're taking that relationship seriously, does your best friend have to go? Do you kind of stop spending as much time with your best friend, or are you, you jumping fence to be with your man? For me, like I said, I told y'all last week or at the beginning of this week, me and friends have been so shaky that when me and my partner got together, like I said, we were so young, we formed such a friendship that that it wasn't really, as I got older and I started to kind of understand myself, the friendships that I had, I started to kind of realize my friendships were environmental friendships and proximity friendships, not necessarily lifelong friendships, if you get what I'm saying. So these are friendships that I have with people because we either lived close together, we had similar backgrounds growing up, we went to the same school, but not necessarily because we were the same type of person. We agreed on the same lifestyle. We had the same morals and values. So as I grew older and I grew older with him, we started to kind of realize things together as a couple, what we wanted or what we didn't want. And so since we were together and a lot of our friends were single, we would kind of just start to see things for what they were, as far as how people were either responding to us or, responding to me because I wasn't hanging out or because I responded to him. But then, like I said, then you start to kind of realize like, okay, well, by the time I turned 23, 24, 25, I probably wouldn't have been hanging out with you anyway. Now that I'm 38, I'm like, I wouldn't have been talking to none of them bitches, okay? So at the end of the day, that's what I said. I found out my friend crazy, and now here we are. I'm over here not talking to half the world because of your ass, but now I have to address the fact that you're crazy. This is what I'm saying when I said we're watching these ladies, and they're manipulating us as the audience because they want to keep us under their thumb because they don't want us to be neutral in the situation. If I'm saying I'm neutral, then that means that I'm being honest enough to say that you're probably not wrong, but you're probably not right. But they want us to say that they're always right. And that's what I'm saying as far as the manipulation. My friend, I've been friends with my friend for over 30 years. I've been friends with my friend for over 30 years and just now found out about a month ago, not even found out, just now really came to grips and been honest with myself about a fucking month ago about the fact that she's been finagling me this whole time to not fuck with people because they were making her uncomfortable. And now I'm just now realizing that there are plenty of people that I haven't spoken to, haven't been friends with, have, not problems with, but, just don't have any relationship with anymore because I'm so busy protecting you when I know good and goddamn well you haven't even been the proper friend to me, let alone should I believe the shit you're telling me about these other fucking people. Because at the end of the day, you have misconstrued my mindset this whole time into just wanting me to be on your side. Let me be neutral. Let me listen to both sides of the story and say, hey, friend, I'm your friend and I'm her friend. You was fucking up and she was fucking up, but I'm not choosing nobody's side. But the second you're trying to get me to choose a side is when I start feeling like you're the wrong one. Because why are you trying to get me to choose your side instead of just explaining the whole story? So that's what I'm feeling like we're seeing Gina and we're seeing Clayton do, where you're giving us such a story and you're trying to force us to choose the side instead of allowing us to hear the story for what it is and be neutral in the setting. So for me, I chose my relationship over my bestie because my bestie, I feel like, manipulated me into maneuvering the way she wanted me to maneuver because she was uncomfortable with shit the whole time. So for me, I chose B because I had to choose my relationship over my bestie. Sometimes people, get in relationships later on in life, so your answer might be different or your reasons might be different, but that's my damn answer, y'all, okay? Let me see. My friend Sonia C says she don't have an ounce of respect for herself. My friend Phoenix Johnson says it depends on the situation. And my friend Sonia C says I got to keep them separate. My friend Balchula says B, relationship. I've outgrown my friendships. I've had past friends become jealous of my partner because we're more in tune with growth and maturity. 100%. That's how I feel like that's kind of what happened in my friendship as well, where, I started to kind of be the blame for a lot of the fucking feelings she was having. I'm like, you starting to blame me because you saying people are not talking to you. You're not hanging out anymore. And meanwhile, you're like, all you want to do is hang out with this person. I'm an adult now, number one. Number two, I have to create a life with the person I'm trying to create a life with. Number three, I've had 20 years of you fucking with my mind, okay? I don't want to deal with this anymore. If I can deal with somebody who's going to help me relieve some of this shit that you done had going on, then I'm going to do that as well. So that's why I said, hey, I might be the fucked up friend, but I'm going to be honest. I have to be honest and say, I don't have time for that. I'm not going into 40 years with you still fucking up and then me at 45 realizing that you done drugged me through the fucking mud this whole time and manipulated me into just doing and thinking what you wanted me to believe. I'm not doing that, okay? At this point, that's what I'm saying. She acting like Clayton and them, child. She acting like Gina and Clayton, where you just gonna sell me any fucking story because you only want me to be on your side. Tell me the truth. Tell me what actually happened so I can choose whoever side I want to choose. Or like I said, I can stay neutral. But if you're purposely manipulating mindsets and trying to do things to finagle stuff, then child, I'm definitely going to choose my relationship. I don't have time for that, okay? Let me see. My friend Balchula says they even tried to sabotage my relationships. Hell no, that's what I'm like. We ain't even finna let you in the door close enough to even try that type of shit, okay? We just ain't gonna do it. We just ain't gonna do it. Okay, question number 4. Are you still friends with your childhood bestie? A, yes. B, no. We see what's going on with these ladies, and at the end of the day, I don't know how far this friendship is gonna go. I don't know if it's gonna last, if it's gonna continue to flourish, if they're gonna have an honest conversation or not. I had somebody come in here the other day on one of the marathon videos and that said they would still be friends with Gina if your friend betrayed you. They said they would still be friends with Gina, but it would take a real conversation. So, are you still friends with your childhood bestie? If you've been through anything with your bestie or anything similar to these ladies, would a conversation fix it? For me, I am still friends with my childhood bestie, but we're not thick as thieves like we were for the exact same reasons that I just explained. Because I don't feel like if you were my best friend, I don't feel like, especially at this age, you wouldn't be coming to grips with those things and allowing me to go through those motions. I feel like you would release me from your chokehold and you would be like, you know what, friend, you're right. You should be able to choose who's right and who's wrong, because half the time I've been fucking wrong. But if you're not going to address that, I'm going to address it for you and I'm going to back the fuck off. That's just me. Okay, so my answer is yes, we're still friends, but we're definitely not friends the way we used to be friends. Because I'm just not going through, I'm not going through the chaos, okay? I'm just not going through it, okay? Number 5. So we got number 5 through number 8. Child, was supposed to be number 5 through 9, but clearly I didn't write shit for number 9. So number 5 is the blame game. So you can either answer the question with the real answer or A or B. So if it's A, then it's your ass. If it's B, then it's them. Okay. So this is the blame game. Is it your ass? Are you the problem? Or is it B? Is it the other people in the situation? So question number 5 is, if your friend slept with your spouse, so this is not an A or B question. This is an answer question. So number 5, if your friend slept with your spouse, are you forgiving your friend? Are you forgiving your spouse? Are you forgiving neither one of them? Or are you forgiving both? Me? If my friend slept with my spouse, absolutely fucking not. Absolutely hell no. If my friend slept with my spouse, both of them gotta go. Because I feel like both of y'all got me fucked up. Honestly, I feel like there's no level of respect where a friend or my spouse is gonna try me like that. Sometimes people get over shit like that. I'm not that type of person. I feel like it's a whole lot of thinking and a whole lot of shit that's gonna come to your mind before you came to the bed. So at the end of the day, absolutely no. It's that's a hell no. Number 6 is A or B. Is it your ass or is it them? If you get played multiple times, is that your fault? A, or is it their fault? B, is it their fault for manipulating you, or is it your fault for sticking around and not fucking paying attention? For me, I feel like it's a little bit of both. If you don't know if this is a one-time deal or something like that, then it can be B, it can be them. But if this has happened to you multiple times and you continue, look, child, I'm gonna keep referring to these ladies because this is what, like I said, this is where half these questions came from. But I feel like B, when we're watching people like Clayton say stuff like, I'm a player. These men have been doing me like this for years, and and no man is good because they all cheated me. The last man cheated, and the last man cheated, and the last man cheated. I'm like, baby, are you not seeing the last nigga and the new nigga? Are you not saying the same shit that the last nigga did? Is he not love bombing you? Is he not saying the same shit? Is he not doing the same shit? Because at the end of the day, after a while, I'm starting to feel like it's your ass. And I was new to Clayton beforehand, but now that I'm starting to get privy to some of the energy, I'm like, nah, baby, that's you. You fucking around getting played because you want to be player P so bad that you're not checking your ass. You're not checking your own temperature. You're not paying attention to where you're dropping the ball. You so ready to call somebody else a walk and lick. You're not paying attention to the walk and lick in your own ass. You're not sticking your foot in them shoes. So at the end of the day, I feel like being played multiple times can fall under the guidelines of your ass for sure. Because I feel like sometimes people be wanting to be in a nigga good graces so much. You willing to go through the fucking fire for this man. You wouldn't give a damn who he was sleeping with. As long as it don't come and embarrass you, you okay with it, okay? And that's what it's looking like online, okay? Let me see. So for me, like I said, I feel like it's a little bit of both. A little bit of B, but a whole lot of A for me. So a whole lot of your ass. A whole lot of your problem when you keep getting played multiple times because it's something you're not believing in about yourself. It's a level of confidence that you're not exuding. It's something that you're not willing to face in yourself that you willingly keep on walking back into those situations. Number 7, overplaying your part in a relationship, doing the wifey material. Why? So is it your fault if you're overplaying your part in a relationship, whether you're in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a family relationship, whatever it is? Is it your fault if you're overplaying a relationship? I mean, if you're overplaying your part and things keep on happening, is it your fault? A, it's your ass. B, it's them. That's number 7. Number 8 is, like I just said about player P, you getting played, but now you're trying to apply the same rules, and now that shit is still happening to you. So instead of you learning from getting played, now you're trying to play the game instead of facing yourself. So is that your problem or is it their problem? So can you say, oh, well, this person did this to me? Am I able to blame them for now me fucking up and me being a bad person in these relationships? I'm blaming you, or is it my fault that I'm trying to do you on other people and now I'm getting my feelings hurt? So if I'm getting cheated on, now I'm going to go to a new relationship and be a cheater, but now all my feelings are being finagled because I'm really not this person. So is that my fault or is it your fault? I feel like your fault, because instead of playing the game, address yourself. Like I said, instead of going trying to be big fish after that and trying to go, you know what I'm saying? I feel like all these sayings and all these, you a walking lick and big fish and all this shit comes from insecurity. And I'm going to say it comes from insecurity because you want to be the fish instead of the motherfucker fishing. You're supposed to be up on the pier. You're supposed to be fishing. Instead, you're in here swimming around and you're waiting for the motherfuckers on the pier to pick your ass. That's not safe. If you want the pick of the litter, you're supposed to do the fishing. I don't want to be the fish because that means motherfuckers are looking down on me, picking whichever one they want. You know what I'm saying? I need to have a big enough energy and ego, and not ego, but a big enough confidence in myself that I see what's happening. And like I said, I want to be up on the pier fishing for the fish, not being fished. So I don't want to play your game. I don't want to get played. I don't want to use your tactics on other people because I want to use your tactics and learn from them so I can be up on the pier next time picking my own goddamn fish. But if I'm so busy trying to be big fish, I'm only swimming around with the other fucking fish around me. I'm not picking shit. I'm just swimming with these motherfuckers. So you're thinking big fish, but you're swimming with the regular bitches. This is why we all in the same water. This is how he ended up with a teacher too. Because you swimming with her ass instead of you being up on the pier. You're supposed to be fishing. He's supposed to be down in the water and you're supposed to be fishing for his ass. But when we switch these narratives and when we always want to have a saying for some shit and make some shit sound good, it's always going to be your ass because you're not facing yourself. You're not being honest enough with yourself to see that it's your fucking problem. So that's, look, child, that's my spiel. My friend Shea Butter says, D, we're in the same boat on this one. I've been with my man since childhood, 13, and I cut my BFF off last year. Yeah, because sometimes it's gonna take you time to realize that person is wrong. And shit, that takes being honest with yourself and being willing to. My friend Shea Butter says, I couldn't move forward with a friendship or relationship knowing I was betrayed. They're both compromised, 100%. Absolutely not. If y'all doing something together, y'all gonna do that shit together for the rest of y'all lives because you ain't gonna be doing it with me. I see a lot of A's and I see a lot of B's. So I see a lot of A's saying, so yeah, accountability is gonna have to be your ass. So you have to look yourself in the mirror and realize sometimes it's me making a mistake, not them friends. My friend Joycelyn Jones says, both of them can take the long walk, child. Look, she said, I'm gonna give both of their ass the boot. Ain't nobody playing like that, for damn sure. My friend Ari Saves Lives says 5, everybody losing something. 6A, my loyalty gang needs to be studied. 7A, give all in the start of the relationship. And 8, the truth be told, it depends on where I'm at in life. Shea Butter, my friend Shea Butter says exactly. I agree, D. The life we live is an experience, and lessons are learned through the experience. Absolutely. And a lot of the times, I feel like because we're grown, we feel like the lesson is over and we got the answer, but we're still fucking up. You know what I'm saying? We're still going through these experiences and experiencing the same thing over and over because we're really not facing ourselves. So next question, realistically, number 10 is, are you choosing family or are you choosing your relationship? For me, my family, like I just told y'all, from the grandma all the way down to me, has been shot fucking put, okay? The whole family been told up. So my family's so damn sketchy. I've chosen not my mom. I would say my mother and my direct siblings. I definitely am not choosing. We all in the same boat. He gonna have to come with us on that. But when it comes to my grandmother and everybody else outside of my mom, when it comes to my mom, her siblings, my grandma, the rest of her kids, and the rest of them other people, hell no, child. I'm choosing my relationship because them people fuck me all the way up. Okay, them people fuck me all the way up. I've had the most interesting relationship with my family. You know, as far as honesty, how you gonna treat people, how you loving on everybody, equality when it comes to love, and then how I'm moving and shaking and responding to people now at this point. So when I said earlier, I'm gonna check the temperature and it depends on how long I'll let you bother me up until a certain point before I either explode or I'm saying something too soon and I'm not thinking about what I'm saying, that's half the reason why. Because when I said my grandmother, child, she has manipulated me from the time that I was born, to the time that the lady passed away. Okay. Literally, like I just said, my friend using me to not like people, befriend people, make people, my grandmother did the same thing. So it took a lot of me addressing what my grandmother did to see what my friend was doing, because I couldn't address it. I couldn't not address it. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it because I didn't understand it. But as I got older and I started to address the things that I was going through with my grandmother, then I started to be able to see the shit that was happening in my friendships and why I was responding to people the way I was responding to them, because she was fucking manipulative. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother was manipulative. Child, when I was a child, my grandmother I couldn't sit on her bed. And I would be at my grandmother's house a lot when I was younger for several other reasons. But at the end of the day, I couldn't sit on her bed. If I was sad, she wouldn't hug me. My grandma never really told me I love you. I'm 38, child. I probably got one photo with my damn grandma. So when it comes to me forming bonds and relationships, I have to do a lot of inner thinking and understanding myself to get to a point where I'm even really forming a relationship with somebody, because I don't fucking trust people. I don't trust people because I feel like a lot of me initially meeting people, I see a lot of what the fuck my grandma was doing, which is, you want me to choose a side. You want to hold me in this place so that I can treat this other person this way, or, this person can feel this way about me. So I feel like when I meet people, they start off like that. And when we're watching these people on YouTube, they're starting off like that, where we're manipulating the mindset immediately because we need you on our side. And I'm like, hell no, you ain't my grandma. We're not playing these games, okay? So for me, I definitely chose my relationship over the majority of my family, not my immediate family. Let me see. I think that was question number 10. So hopefully you guys got that one. Let me see. My friend Balchula says, B, relationship. Both my parents are deceased, and I've had a very traumatic childhood. I've chosen peace. Definitely, and I'm sorry to hear that. I am truly sorry to hear that. I understand how that feels. My father passed away a few years back. So I definitely understand that, and condolences to you and your family as well. So yeah, sometimes you have to choose your peace. If you don't choose your peace, then that's how you end up in a situation where you're spending the rest of your adulthood trying to decipher these feelings instead of knowing what's going on and dealing with yourself and other people accordingly. Next question is, we're going to speed through the rest of this because I've got about 30 more minutes. Probably like 30, 45 more minutes. Next question is, would you or have you ever fought a friend? I think I might have already asked y'all that. I think I already asked y'all that. Oh yeah, so these were the ones we first started with. Let me get to Of course, friend, you are so welcome to my friend Balchula. So my next question is, when it comes to friends and advice, A is, do you like to get advice from your friends? B, you like to give advice to your friends? Or C, neither one? Me, I'm kind of a B and C. No, I'm sorry. I'm kind of a all three type of person. No, I'm lying. It depends on who you are if I'm going to accept some advice from you. B, I don't give advice anymore, specifically because I feel like I said with my friend, I feel like she would call me so much with her drama, and then I'm giving you advice that you're not taking. So we just on the phone for hours and fucking hours and days for you to fuck around and do what you want to do anyway. So I gave up on giving advice for sure for the most part. So yeah, for me, I'm not really one to continue to give advice past a certain point. Depending on who you are, I'm not going to take advice. I will take advice from people that I feel like, that might have the lifestyle that I'm looking to live, or might have, a certain level of discernment or morals and values. But other than that, I'm not really an advice giver or getter. Okay, child. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section as well. Let me see. I'm going to scroll past this one. Let me see. So I believe we have made it to our story time. So today's story time is when shit got real. The story time about today is me meeting my friend's girlfriend for the first time. Like I said, me, for myself, for the most part, I'm a good friend. I'm a good friend to a certain extent. So there's some things I'm gonna go through with you, and there's some things I'm not gonna experience with you. So, like I've said throughout this whole entire time, a lot of these questions were to tie into the story time because all of it is about friendships, relationships, and stuff like that. So, like I said, me and my man have been together for about 20 years. So we are the ones that have, everybody kind of brings their friend, their girlfriend to meet me, or, my friends will bring their boyfriends to meet my man. So being that I'm kind of the only solidified woman in the group, all his friends, when they meet women, they decide, okay, we're going to bring them over. D, we want you to check them out and tell us what you think. This is not really the best idea. This is not really the best idea because I told y'all my view of stuff is skewed and I'm all fucked up, okay? So at the end of the day, you bring a bitch over here. This might be the last time we see her. This might be the last time you see her, okay? So at the end of the day, like I said, my friend, he's had several, okay, we're going to give these people names. I'm going to call my husband, John. We're going to call his friend, Mike, and we're going to call his girlfriend, Jazz, okay? So my man, John, brings his friend, Mike, over. Mike says, hey, I want to bring my girlfriend over. I want you to meet her. We've been talking for a minute. She's cool. So I'm like, cool, bring her over, okay? And I thought about this story time because when I was at the gym the other day, this shit popped up on my phone. So he brings her over. And typically where we used to live, the guys would hang out in the back. The girls would hang out on the inside. So we drink, we smoke. So this is why, like I said, this is why we got to a lot of those questions because they all tie in, okay? So we drink, we smoke. The guys are in the back. The girls are in the house. We're chilling. Like I said, this is the first day I meet this girl. She comes in. She's a really pretty girl. She comes in. I'm not being funny, friends. When I seen the girl, I was slightly confused because I'm like, now what the fuck is she doing with Mike? Okay. I don't know what the hell she's doing with Mike, but at the end of the day, we're going to leave this what it is. But Mike is from Trinidad and Mike got money, friends. Mike got money. So of course she with Mike. Okay. She with Mike because she know what the fuck she doing. So at the end of the day, she comes over. She's nice. Like I said, I'm looking at her like, oh, okay, Mike done got him one, but I done met a whole bunch of other ones that Mike done had, and she different. She's a whole lot more different than the rest of the girls that Mike done brought around because Mike done brought some bitches from the hood, okay? Mike done brought some bitches from the hood to my house before, and we done had a good time. So I know Mike's type, and she is not Mike's type. She's not Mike's usual type, okay? So Mike brings her, and Mike and Jazz, Mike is outside with the boys. Jazz is inside with me. We talking, we cool. It's only me and her on the inside. We're drinking. He buys us wine. Like I said, we're drinking, we're smoking. I don't know what her tolerance level is. I know mine. So I'm drinking as much as I drink. I'm smoking as much as I smoke. She's over there drinking them out, as much as I think she knows how to drink and as much as I think she knows how to smoke. So at the end of the day, she's getting more comfortable. So she gets loose and she starts talking to me about Mike. So I'm like asking like, okay, well, where did you, first of all, we're going to get through what happened. So as y'all, I don't know if y'all can see what's up on the screen. It says, when shit got weird, meeting my friend's girlfriend, day one, she told me a whole damn story about her cheating on fucking Mike, okay, and tore my goddamn house up, okay? So before we even get into the story, this is what the story is about. Day one, she came and tore my shit up after she told me about cheating on fucking Mike. This is the first day I meet this girl. Day two, she got kicked the fuck up out of my house. Her and Mike and everybody else got kicked out of my house. And day three, the strangest shit started happening with her and her sister-in-law at their house. So this wrapped up my friend. This wrapped up my meeting people and finding friends. Okay, she fucked it up for everybody. Okay, so like I said, day one, we over there, we talking, we drinking, and she's cool. She's talking, and like I said, we're talking about Mike. I'm asking her questions about how her and Mike know each other, and she's telling me, oh yeah, I met Mike online, and this is why I said, have y'all ever met people online? So I met Mike online. He told me a lot about himself. So Mike led with the money. Okay, Mike told her who he was and what he had going on. So she's not even from out here. She was from Atlanta. She decided she was moving out here. Her family still lived out here, so she moved back down here because she knew Mike had money. So she came back and moved back down here. So the whole time she's telling me about meeting Mike and the family and all these things, I'm reading between the lines and I'm like, okay, so you done brought your ass down here because Mike got some money. So she starts to tell me that she's from Atlanta and what she was doing in Atlanta. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, in Atlanta, apparently she was like a video girl and she was messing with the rappers and messing with the artists and stuff like that. So as she's telling me this shit, she's getting so excited. And she's like, yeah, because the boy the man I was messing with, and child, look, this has to be at least 5 years ago. So she's like, the man I was messing with out in Atlanta, his name is da-da-da-da-da, and he makes all this music, and we were together, but he just wanted to be friends, and I wasn't trying to do the friend thing. I told him if he didn't want to make it official, I was going to leave, and I was going to come down here with Mike. So this is how she ended up coming down here with Mike, but she's still on the Atlanta, she's still on Trey Songz up in the child. We're going to call him Neo, because that nigga's not Trey Songz, okay? We're going to call that man Neo, so we got Mike, Jazz, and Neo, okay? So she's still on Neo out there in Atlanta, and she like, no, I told Neo, if he don't take me serious, I'm about to move down here with Mike. Because Mike got money. So this is how she ended up down here with Mike. She's telling me all this. Now, I don't know why the first day you meeting somebody, this is okay for you to tell them about their friend. You telling me all this shit like me and Mike ain't friends. You telling me you left your man for my friend because he got money is crazy. But we drunk. Like I said, friends, we've been drinking, we've been smoking. So at the end of the day, Mike comes in and she's looking like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Because she's talking. So Mike is like, everything okay? And she's like, oh yeah, everything is fine. Because she's in the middle of telling me about Neo. So Mike comes in and he's like, everything okay? Because she's looking all, uncomfortable and shit. And so he's like, do you guys want some more alcohol? Look, I'm good. So I'm like, we go ahead, friend. Go ahead, Mike, if you're going to go get it. Because like I said, Mike got the money, Mike going to buy it. So I'm like, go ahead, Mike. Y'all still outside hanging. Go get the alcohol, bring it on back. So he go get the alcohol, bring it on back. Now, friend, Jazz, I don't know if my friend was ready to, I don't know if Mike knew his girlfriend's tolerance either, because Jazz is over here lit. Jazz done told me all about Neo, who Neo was, what her and Neo used to be doing, and all these things. So Mike brings the wine, he brings the extra stuff, and he leaves. He goes back outside with the boys. She's like, hey, friend, you want to see something? I'm like, see what, Jazz? What the fuck you finna show me? She's like, let me see your remote. I give her the remote to my TV. She started flicking through YouTube, child. I'm like, I don't know what the hell she finna show me on here. So she's like, I'm finna show you a video of Neo. And as a matter of fact, I'm on the video. Why the fuck would you do this in my house the first day I met you and you came over here with Mike and Mike is my friend, okay? This is crazy. So she's like, yeah, I'm going to show you the video. It's a video, Neo made the video and it's me. And now, child, when I keep saying Neo, this is her nigga in Atlanta, okay? So she's like, yeah. And as a matter of fact, I'm in the video. And so I'm like, oh shit, okay. And you feel comfortable enough to play this shit in my living room while Mike is outside? Well, go ahead, friend, go on with your bad self. So she go ahead and she play the video and she keeps stopping and pausing. Girl, look at me. And now look, if I was messy, friends, if I was told all the way up, I would play this video. I would play this video for y'all. But Lord knows, I'm not even finna do that lady like that. But at the end of the day, she's stopping and pausing the video. And she like, girl, look, dumb Neo looks so good. And in the back of my head, I'm like, bitch, hell no. I don't know what you're talking about. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to be a new friend to her. I'm trying to be a good friend to Mike. I'm trying to be a friend in general, child. So she's going through this whole spiel. Look at him. He's so fine. He's so sexy. He's so da-da-da-da-da. So as this is happening, Mike comes back in. Everything okay, friends? Y'all feel like y'all want some? She paused this shit. She paused the shit. Neo's on the screen. I don't know how much Mike knows about her past. I don't know if Mike knows about who she was when she was in Atlanta. Mike only knows her from bringing her down here. So I don't necessarily know if he recognized Neo on the screen or not, but she's stuck like a fucking deer in headlights because this motherfucker just walked in on her trying to show me Neo. So I'm like, okay, this is crazy. But like I said, I had already been drinking and stuff. So whatever, everything's a blur. So he leaves. And after a while, it's getting late. So we're like, okay, time to go. We're going to wrap it up. She's still telling me about them. And she's like, yeah. And as a matter of fact, I still be fucking with Neo sometimes, friend. This is the first day I meet her. And this is my friend's new girlfriend. And she's telling me all this shit, okay? This is why I said I might not be a good friend's friend. Because I didn't say shit about none of this. I didn't say shit about none of this, okay? But I feel like Mike should have knew what he got into. Because why are you bringing this bitch down here? You don't know her. This ain't your usual type. You can look at this girl and tell she don't got shit for you but some bullshit. But at the end of the day, like I said, I don't know what kind of friend I was trying to be. I wasn't really trying to be one at the time. I was trying to mind my fucking business. So at the end of the day, they leave. But like I said, we all been drinking and smoking, friend. And like I said, this ain't this long ago. This is a few years ago. So they leave and all of a sudden she comes. No, she didn't come back by herself. They leave for a few minutes and all of a sudden Mike calls my man, John. Okay. Mike calls John and says, hey, Jazz needs to use the bathroom. I promise you, friends, they have been gone. I swear to God, they have been gone probably from my house at least an hour to 45 minutes. They had been gone. So we sitting there and we chilling, we doing our stuff. And he calls and says, hey, Jazz needs to use the bathroom. And I'm thinking like, well, goddamn, how long y'all been still sitting in the front? Meanwhile, not realizing why they've been sitting in the front. They've been sitting in the front for hella long. So I'm like, oh yeah, tell her to come in. She can come and use the bathroom. So I open up my door. She comes in. She goes in the bathroom. Now, throughout the time that she had been at my house on day one, she was going to the restroom frequently, but I was assuming it's because we had been drinking so much. So she had to use the bathroom. So she would be in there for, a period of time each time that she went, but she would come back out. So this last time he says she needs to use the bathroom. She comes in there. I let her in. She goes to the bathroom. She's in the bathroom and I hear a lot of like fumbling around in the bathroom. And I'm like, hell, I hope she's not in there toe up. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give her time. She comes out of the bathroom, friends, and she comes in my fucking living room and she starts taking the cushions and the pillows off my couch. And when I say throwing them bitches, I don't mean just taking my pillows and shit off the couch. She is taking my shit off the couch and throwing it, like picking shit up and throwing it, picking up jackets, throwing them, picking up fucking pillows, moving shit off my table, knocking shit off the table. And I'm like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Because she was supposed to be coming to use the bathroom. What are you doing, friend? What's going on? And she's like, girl, okay, so before she starts doing all, she's knocking shit over, and my boyfriend just goes outside. Okay, so he's at that time, I don't even know. I think he was so goddamn drunk. He's not really understanding what's, neither one of us understand what's happening. So he goes outside and he goes to talk to Mike while she's in there fucking my house up. So I'm like, hey, is everything okay? So she's like, girl, hell no, everything ain't okay. I lost my fucking phone. She got a phone in her hand though. So I'm like, your phone is in your hand. And she's like, no, not this phone. The phone I be talking to Neo on. So I was like, oh, I didn't see no phone. And she's like, oh no, I lost the phone in here somewhere. So this is why she come back in my house ripping shit apart. Meanwhile, like I said, this is why her and Mike never drove off, because she's trying to, you know, kind of waste time so she can figure out where the phone is. She don't want to leave the phone at my house. So of course, when she comes back in, she's frantic because she's trying to find the phone. She don't want me to find the phone, even though I already know. She doesn't want, you know, my man to find the phone because this is his friend. And she also doesn't want the phone to just appear in Mike's car because Mike don't know about none of this shit. Okay. So she never finds the phone. She leaves. Like I said, this is day one. So I'm like, hey, when she leaves, I told John, I told my man every fucking thing. Cause I'm like, I don't know what's up with your friend. I don't know what's up with Mike, but I don't think this is and he should have known this one was out of his league. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the one. So that time we're past that time. Like I said, I'm not sure what kind of friend I'm supposed to be in this situation to her yet. And I know what kind of friend I am to Mike. Mike is my husband's friend. So I'm his friend by default, even though I've been knowing Mike for years. So it's not really my position to go and speak my piece on that situation. So he wants to keep bringing Jazz around. So I'm like, fuck it. If you want to keep bringing Jazz around, you bring her. You got to know, you got to be privy to some of this shit. You can't be that crazy. So now we on day 2. As you see, day 2 is when they all got kicked the fuck out. Okay. So day 2, she's coming back and she's telling me about, for some reason, she comes back and she's telling me, I found the phone. The phone was in his car. So she came back to my house looking for the phone, but the phone actually was in Mike's car. So had that whole little thing not happened, Mike would have ended up finding out that night. So besides that, they come back. She's the second time she comes back. We're chilling. Same thing. We're over drinking and over smoking, child. Over drinking and over smoking. So she comes back. They are all the men, Mike, my friend, my man, and all the other guys are outside. They drinking, they smoking, they having a good time. And all of a sudden, Mike comes back in and he says, hey, we're about to go. We're about to go down the street to the bar, and then we're going to come back. I said, hey, Mike, that's not a good idea. Everybody been drinking too much. Nobody needs to get in the car and drive. But she wants to keep telling me about Neo, and she has more shit to tell me about Neo, the nigga in Atlanta. So at this point, he's really adamant about going to the bar, and he's trying to go outside and tell my man to come in and tell me they're going to the bar because I'm not having it. So he's like, okay, go tell D we're going to the bar because she don't want to listen to me. And I'm like, hell, I'm not listening to no fucking body. Nobody's going to the bar. We all been drinking too damn much. It don't make no sense to drive. So she comes, hold on, y'all. My friend Sonia C said she dumb and trifling. And my friend Penny Johnson said, Mike is your husband's friend. Yes, Mike is my husband's friend, child. She said, give my friend Sonia C said, give Mike a light warning, child. Look, Mike found out all this shit at the end. Let me see. My friend Eric says, live said, oh, she dropped that sugar, child. A total mess, okay? My friend Penny Johnson said, keep an eye on the time, D, child. Look, I'm finna wrap it up not too damn long, child. So she comes night 2. Mike goes to get my husband for him to come back in and say, hey, we're gonna go to the bar because he thinks my husband is gonna convince me that going to the bar it makes any sense. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to send a message. Okay, so yeah, he sends my man back in there to say, hey, we're gonna go to the bar. And I'm like, no, the fuck, nobody's going to the bar. This is ridiculous. We already been drinking for hours. It don't make no sense to get in the car. So because she wants to tell me about Neo so much, she's trying to convince me that it's okay for them to go to the bar. So I'm starting to get irritated because you done already fucked around and was full of shit the first time you came over here. So I already don't know what type of bitch you are anyway, okay? I already am looking at you shaky. Plus,
you done already told me that you fuck with Neo more than you fuck with Mike. So I know you really don't give a damn about Mike like that. You just fuck with Mike because Mike got money. So you don't really give a fuck about them going in the car and driving down the street, even though they've been drinking for hours, because you don't give a fuck about him like that. Meanwhile, my man is finna get in the car with these people and I'm not having it. So she's telling me, oh, okay, well, yeah, just they can go, we can chill. I got more stuff to tell you. I got more stuff to tell you. And I'm like, friend, no. They're not going to the bar. So he comes in one more last time and he's like, hey, we finna go to the bar. We'll be back. Just kind of like wrapping it up. Like I didn't say ain't nobody going to no fucking bar. So the last time my man comes in to get the keys and she's like, oh yeah, bye y'all. I'll see y'all later. I said, hey, hold the fuck on. You get your shit and get the fuck out of my house. If they're going to the bar, bitch, you're going with them. I don't give a fuck that you don't care about Mike like that. That's not my problem. If you don't give a fuck about Mike and you want that man to get in the goddamn car and drive down the street because he's been drinking and you don't give a fuck, that's your problem. But you're going to be in the car with him, bitch. But you're not going to stay in my fucking house and convince my man to get in the car with Mike because you don't give a fuck about Mike. So this is how she got kicked the fuck out of my house. So I said, you get your shit and you go to the bar with them. So she's looking at me flabbergasted. She's looking at me like she don't understand why I'm tripping. I looked at my fucking man and I said, tell this bitch to get her stuff and go with y'all to the bar. I'm not fucking playing. So Mike is walking up on this, okay? Mike doesn't understand. Mike just hears the yelling. Mike is not really sure why I'm yelling, but he hears the fact that I'm yelling at his girlfriend. And I'm kind of talking about him too. So as Mike is approaching, he's like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like, no, this bitch she wants y'all to go to the bar. Tell her come with y'all to the bar. Tell her hop in the fucking car and go with y'all to the bar because now I'm pissed off. Because you want me to be some type of friend to you and enough of a friend to you that I'm going to let everybody else that I really fuck with just do anything. Okay. So no, I'm not that type of friend. I don't know what type of friend I am to Mike either because I didn't tell him what the fuck was going on with Neo. But I'm like, no, I'm not that type of friend. We're not doing that. So you got to get the fuck out. So that night she got kicked out and we're still trying to figure out how this friendship is going. Because night number 1, night number 2 been fucked up. Okay. So night number 3, we're at their house now. Probably should be better because now I'm at your house. So like I said, I'm trying to figure out what type of friend I am to you. But I'm also, like I said, I'm not that good of a friend where I'm going to continue to experience these things. So night number 3, we're at their house. We're drinking. We're smoking. We're doing the same thing. But this night, her sister-in-law, Mike's brother and his sister-in-law come over. Mike's brother and sister-in-law have already met his girlfriend. Okay. So they're not new to Jazz. They've met her before. Apparently, when they met before, they've had, good energy. But this night, it's me, Jazz, the sister-in-law, and another friend, another one of our man's friends. We're going to call him Eric, and we're going to call his girlfriend Cynthia. So Eric and Cynthia come over. Cynthia's hanging out with us, but Cynthia doesn't know Jazz, and she doesn't know the sister-in-law. Cynthia only really knows me. Me and Cynthia go back. So me and Cynthia are really, really cool. Cynthia she doesn't know the sister-in-law and she doesn't know Jazz. All the guys know each other, so they're not really giving a fuck about what we have going on. The sister-in-law comes in. When the sister-in-law comes in, me, Cynthia, and Jazz are sitting at a table. We're smoking, we're drinking, we're talking. Like I said, I'm a friend to one, getting to know Jazz, even though day 1 and day 2 was shaky with her. Don't know the sister-in-law at all. Sister-in-law comes into the table. She says, hey, how you doing? I'm so-and-so, whatever. And then immediately upon introducing herself, she starts asking everybody at the table what your sign is. So we're saying what our signs are. I'm not really big into signs and stuff like that, but she's like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. So she gets to Jazz. Okay. Now Jazz, like I said, is Mike's skeptical girlfriend, but this is her fucking sister-in-law because she's with Mike. So this your sister-in-law by default. She gets to Jazz and she's like, oh, did you tell them what sign you were? And Jazz was like, yeah, they know what sign I am. We've spoken before. And so she says, the sister-in-law says, oh, well, did you tell them you be fucking acting weird? And I was like, oh, so this ain't new. This is not fucking new. So at the end of the day, sister-in-law is saying, Jazz be acting weird too. But she's doing this in front of me and Cynthia. Me and Cynthia don't know shit about neither one of them for real. So me and Cynthia sitting there like, girl, what the fuck is going on? This shit is getting crazy. So they start going at it. She's asking her, well, why you coming in my house with all this disrespect? But sister-in-law got your card. Sister-in-law know what you be on. And I'm going to assume you told sister-in-law about Neo too, crazy. So they're sitting here having this whole little hoopla going back and forth. So eventually after 30, 45 minutes of them going back and forth, Jazz asked me to come to the damn kitchen with her. And she's asking me, what should I do? Because the last time you kicked me out your house. So should I kick her out my house? I said, look, first of all, I kicked you out of my house because I don't know you like that. So that was my choice. Second of all, if this is somebody that you know, you choose what you're going to do with her. Third of all, if she made you uncomfortable, don't bring me into it and make me the decision in your fucking living room of who's going to leave and who's going to stay. You make that choice. So I told her, hey, at the end of the day, you choose if you want to keep her here, if you don't want to keep her here, because it's not my choice to kick her out your house. So she decides she don't have the backbone enough to go out there and say nothing. So she goes back out there and she sits down. Sister-in-law is whooping her ass all night with just saying shit. Cynthia and Eric done got so fucking drunk, they done turned their living room into the club. The whole time we're sitting here doing whatever we're doing. I don't know what's happening with the phones, with the child, with the phones, with the TV remotes and all this other shit. Baby, when I say Neo's video came on in the middle of that motherfucking living room with Cynthia and Eric dancing, with the sister-in-law and Jazz arguing, with me and Cynthia sitting there, with me and John sitting there looking at all this shit, that fucking, I don't know if it was the sister-in-law or not. I don't know who turned Neo's video on in the middle of this shit. Baby, the video comes on and Mike is like, hey, is this Neo? Is this Neo? Is this the same fucking nigga that was in your phone? So somehow he had come across the other phone at some point in time, but this shit comes on the screen while we're all in here going through all this. So he's like, is this Neo? And the sister-in-law is like, yeah, it is Neo. You want to fucking talk about it with all of us sitting here, friend? And so she's looking at me because she also wants me to help her out of this situation. I don't have no help, friend. I'm not your friend like that. I'm not your friend like that. Actually, I'm nobody's friend like that except for Cynthia and Mike in here. So she's looking at me. I'm like, I don't have no answers. And she's like, no. It's just it was in my log history. It didn't. I haven't been watching that. I haven't been talking to him. And he's like, no, because this shit been in your phone. So he's asking everybody in the room, the people that know her, not just anybody, because he still don't know. I know. You know about Neo. You know about Neo. You know about Neo. Everybody in the room is saying no. Sister-in-law know about Neo, so she don't give a damn. It comes to do, I know Neo. I said, hey, friend, I don't know Neo, but I know all about Neo. At the end of the day, after all this shit hit the fan, he stayed with Jazz. After this whole obliteration, okay? Sister-in-law outing her in front of everybody, playing Neo's video, him having to be embarrassed in front of everybody, ask who Neo is. This man decided he was still going to stay with this woman. All for 2-3 years later, he moves all his friends into that same building because, like I told you, Mike got money, so he has the ability to, to maneuver things. So he has a building and he moved all of his friends into this building, all for her to start fucking around with one of the friends that was living in the building. He moved out of the apartment, left her there. She moved the fucking friend into the apartment that her and Mike was living in, child. I'm like, so that's why I'm like, oh, Mike, you see, this is why I can't be a friend. You let this lady do this to you. You let this lady do this shit to you, all for this shit to come back and smack you over your fucking head. So that's why I said I'd be having a hard time being a good friend, because I've had so many experiences, like I said, with my other friend, manipulating my mindset for years, with my grandma manipulating my mindset for years. So when I see people either trying to finagle people's mindset, being used or using people for certain things, I let you sit where you at. I'm not going to try to teach you no lesson. I'm not going to try to give you no advice. I'm not going to take no advice from you because you see what you're fucking doing. Mike, you're not crazy. You knew that she was out of your league. You are not crazy and you knew that you was finna get caught at some point. You just didn't know that shit was finna happen like that. I don't know if she thought I was going to be the one to tell, but she also, if she didn't think I was going to be the one to tell, she also didn't think I was going to admit that I knew about Neo. But like I said, you disrespected me night one coming to throw all my shit out my damn living room. So at the end of the day, of course, by the time I'm caught, bitch, we all caught, okay? By the time I get caught, everybody's caught. I'm not, like I said, I'm not that good of a friend. I'm not going to keep everybody's secrets, and I'm also not going to let you confuse yourself into thinking that you got some shit going on that you know better than you. You know this bitch ain't for you, but you dragging her through the mud and you want her to meet every fucking body. Meanwhile, everybody that has met this woman knows about Neo except for you. That's crazy to me. That's why I'm like, what type of bitch are you that everybody, the sister-in-law, me, Cynthia, everybody know about Neo except for Mike? That's fucking nuts. And you want me to be a friend to you and not be a friend to Mike? I'm going to have to tell Mike the truth at some point. So eventually, I feel like I did the right thing by admitting that I knew about Neo, but I damn sure should have said something about Neo because I found out she had fucked up character on day one. But like I said, me checking temperature all the time, me trying to see if you're going to be good or bad, if you're going to stop this shit at some point, I'll let you ride the wave until shit hit the fan, and then shit hit the fan, and now we all know about Neo, child. We all fucking know about Neo, okay? At the end of the day, let me get to some of these comments before we fuck around and be in here all day. And I got to get out of here. Let me see. My friend Eric Saves Live says, damn, that airplay wins every time. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know if she played it from her phone, if she got a hold of her phone and played it. I don't know if she had the remote on the low. I don't know how the fuck. We were all so drunk. Nobody really understood. The shit just came on. We had been watching videos and shit all night. Like I said, Cynthia and Eric was over there bumping and grinding in the corner like it's the club the whole time. So none of us were paying attention to anything. The shit just came on. He got a big ass TV, child. TV the size of the whole goddamn living room. So Neo came on that motherfucker so cold. And baby, when I say the song is amazing. The song is amazing. And this bitch is in the video. That's what killed the whole thing. Her ass walking across the damn screen in that fucking dress with Neo is what took the goddamn cake. So that's what was a mess. That's why I said the funny part is that she's in the video. So it's not like this nigga video just came on. The nigga video came on and she's in the fucking video. So that's the crazy part. So friend, I can't be a friend to that. That's the messy ass shit. But like I said before that, I had already seen the video 3 or 4 times because she had played the shit for me at my house. And then my raggedy ass never deleted it. So he probably would have fucked around and seen it anyway because it was still on my playlist, which is why it ended up popping up when I was at the gym the other day. And this is how we got to this story time because I was like, damn, I am a fucked up friend. I'm over here talking about Gina and them, and I done fucked around too. But that's okay because I'm learning. I'm learning and I know myself and I know where my trauma came from. So we address it and we fix it, friends. That's how that goes. Let me see. My friend Bachula says, I think you handled that well, to be honest. Like I said, I tried to be fair with the whole lying and doing too much the first time, having to kick you out the second time, because now I know you really using my friend and you don't give a damn. All to this third time, now you asking me to help you figure out how to kick her out your house. But little do you fucking know, she got a game plan for your ass this whole time. So that's why I'm like, the whole shit was just a cold player situation. That's why I said all this trying to be player, trying to be big fish, trying to do all this shit, all these sayings don't mean shit because you need to find yourself and you need to know yourself before you fuck around and give yourself all these damn titles. This is how everybody be fucked up and lost in a sauce because we so adamant about trying to be cool and trying to be the best one. We're not paying attention to what the fuck we're doing. So I want to pick big fish or I want to be big fish. Meanwhile, I got work to do. So big fish is easily pulling the wool over my eyes because big fish got too much goddamn sense. And I'm over here the goddamn fool thinking I'm picking your ass and you picking me because I'm fucking stupid. So that's what I was saying. And sorry, look, Mike, I'm not calling you stupid, friend. I'm just saying she saw you as a fucking walking lick. You was the walking lick. You had the money. You was the nigga out here that she knew wasn't, she knew that she knows you're not American. She knows you have money. And you knew she left somebody to come be with you in Atlanta. So I don't know why the fuck you're not paying attention. You out here walking around like you big fish instead of paying attention to the fact that your ass would have never been qualified for the position. So it's really not our fault. It's his fucking fault for not paying attention. But I wasn't going to be a friend to say that. I'm not that type of friend. That's what I said. I'm not the type of friend who's going to step on your toes enough to, if I feel like it's going to make you feel stupid because you know about it already, I'm not going to say nothing. If I feel like you don't know anything and somebody is just pulling the wool over your eyes and it's going to hurt your feelings, then I will speak up. But damn sure if I feel like you're being stupid, you just look, y'all. Mike was stupid all the way up until his fucking friend moved in his apartment with Jazz, okay? When that nigga that he moved into that building, moved in with Jazz in the apartment that he used to live in, that the fucking Neo video was playing in, child, that's exactly when he found out who he was dealing with, okay? Let me see. My friend Balchula says, apologize to my couch. Look, exactly. Apologize to my couch. You tore up, child. I was ready to whoop her ass about my couch. And especially on day one, when I don't know you like that. I'm like, friend, look, I don't know how this is going to work, but if you don't and she didn't put none of that shit back. And child, I didn't even mention the fact that when I went in my bathroom, she had taken all the fucking trash from my trash can and dumped that shit on my counter because she was looking in my fucking trash for the phone that she was using to call Neo. So she was so scared about the phone being missing and somebody finding the phone. She was just coming and fucking everything up. So she had knocked all the shit off my table, tore all the shit off my couches, threw the shit that was on the couches all over the place, and dumped all my fucking trash in my bathroom on my damn counter. I'm like, hell, at the very least, you could have dumped the trash on the floor, bitch. The counter is sanitary. What is your problem? So like I said, already mentally unstable. She fucked me up with that, friends, okay? Let me see. So I'm going to run down these last parts of this really quick, and then I'm going to get y'all out of here because this has been a fun little therapy session. But y'all, like I said, I got to go so I didn't have y'all in here all day. So, like I said, my question to y'all is, was I the problem? And am I a bad friend? Like I said, I try not to be a bad friend, but for me, like I said, once you get to a point where you choosing, Mike, that's what you choosing. I'm sorry, Mike, you getting what you deserve because you should have looked at this. If I learned all this in 3 days of knowing this woman, Ain't no way she was pulling the wool over your eyes unless your ass is crazy. So hell no, I'm not that good of a friend. I feel like Mike was supposed to see some of that. Okay, let me see. Friendship requirements and expectations. I don't have a lot of expectations. I want you to come in and be a friend and not have too many expectations for me. When you have over expectations for friends, I think that's how you end up getting your feelings hurt. And I think that's what we're seeing as far as the ladies are concerned, which, Jen getting her feelings hurt, being friends with Gina for 30 years and not paying attention to the fact that for the past 30 years, she might not have been that good of a friend to you. But you're going to keep overplaying your part and trying to be the best friend in the world. And that requirement or expectation for that friendship is now more so looking like it was a requirement and expectation for you, but not for the other person. So that's just what when we're wrapping this up. Like I said, all the questions that we've been through today, all the topics we've been through today are just kind of landing here at the end of the story time. Like I said, environmental friendships and growing up around people. A lot of the friendships and a lot of the people that we get to know and not get to know, but a lot of people that we hang out with from childhood and we're maybe still calling these people our friends or our best friends and stuff. A lot of the times you got to kind of look around and realize you might be stagnant or you might not be growing because you're still stuck in these proximity relationships where these people are not conducive to your growth. They're just people that you've been around so long that you carry that relationship or carry that friendship through over time or over years, even though there really is there's no level of maturity. You're not growing mentally with this friend or in this friendship. So for me, I feel like a lot of times we're holding on to friendships and stuff just to say we have friends instead of realizing I should probably drop this motherfucker off right here and move on with my time because that'll probably be better for me mentally so that I can learn myself and, stop surrounding myself with so many people who might not be where I'm trying to go, but because we've grown up together and been around each other so damn long, we're just riding a wave with each other, not really realizing we might be holding each other back. Individuality and friendships. Do your friends need to be like you? A lot of the times we're seeing these ladies try to be just like each other. They want to look alike. They want to sound alike. They want to dress alike. They want to act alike. They want to do every damn thing alike. For me, I'm not with it. I don't want my friends to be like me because I feel like there's no growth in that. If everybody I'm around is like me, we're not getting anywhere, child. We're going to talk all fucking day and then the day going to be over, friends. Okay. So hell no, I don't need my friends to be just like me. I need my friends to have a little bit of balance. Y'all seen my friend Phoenix Johnson just came in here and said, keep your eyes on the clock, D. I need my friends to be just like that. I need my friends to understand when I said it's time for me to shut the fuck up and get out of here, that's what I said, okay? You done said you were supposed to be done talking, and that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. But if my friends just want to keep talking all damn day like me, we're never fucking leaving, okay? So this is exactly why I need friends like Phoenix Johnson because they're going to help me figure my shit out, okay? My friends going to help me get my life together. So I don't want to be around people who are so similar to me that we all just walking around looking like fucking Barney, like Gina, and we all got the same BBL, the same boob job. We got the same energy, the same attitude. We saying the same stuff. We copying, look, y'all, we over there copying Siren, Glamazon, and every damn body else. Absolutely not. We got to have some individuality. And you guys chime in on these too. So at the end of the day, do you have friendship requirements and expectations as far as your friends kind of having to live their life the way that you expect them to live? Or are you okay with, them having their own ways of life and their own morals and values? If your friend is a drug dealer or a stripper or something, I mean, can you be friends with somebody who's like a drug dealer or a stripper if you work in a DMV or in a corporate office or something? Or do your friends need to be more, the expectation needs to be that you are more similar to me? And environmental relationships. Do you feel like the friends that you grew up with are still conducive to your growth and you guys are growing together, or are they people that you've had to drop off along the way? Also, friends that are not good friends to other people, but you feel like they're a good friend to you. Can you trust that? For me, I feel like if you're not a good friend to other people, or your pregame to trying to be my friend is telling me how you've been fucked up to other people, like I just told you about the whole Mike story. Like I just told you about the whole fucking Mike story. If your pregame to trying to be my friend is telling me how you being a fucked up friend to somebody else, then I don't feel like I'm that. Hell no, I'm not gonna trust that. I might be cool with you. Look, like I said, I might be cool with you the whole time, but I still might kick you the fuck out the second time I meet you, okay? I might be cool with you, but I'm definitely not going to be your friend like that because I don't trust it. I don't trust that you can talk shit and be somebody over there, but then also come over here. Look, y'all, I say that about my cousin. My cousin will come over here talking shit about the whole entire America from to the bottom, to the side, to the other side, from her mother to her sister to our grandma to fucking me. Okay, so at the end of the day, when she leaves here, I know 100% I don't trust your ass. You done talked about every fucking body when you got here. So ain't no way you finna leave up out of here and not talk about me. So you can't be I done said, can you be a bad friend to other people, but still be a good friend to me? You cannot be a good fucking cousin to nobody if you can't be a good cousin to me, bitch. I don't trust it. Hell no. Let me see. The last one is, okay, so yeah, so we just went through that first time experiences with smoking, drinking, and adult peer pressure. Are you friends with, are you okay with hanging out with other adults who try to peer pressure you into things that you either might not be into all the way, or don't indulge in a lot? So, you know, you have that friend that might want you to drink extra, smoke extra, you know what I'm saying? Talk to people when you're not supposed to be talking to people. The single friend that wants you to come out with them and flirt with other people and stuff like that. So are you okay with dealing with friends that try to peer pressure you into things, or do you stay away from people that that kind of try to make you live the life they live in, or try to make you have fun the way that they having fun? For me, I don't really care for the peer pressure type shit, because like I said, for me, I know my tolerance. So I'm never really peer pressured into it, because I'm just doing my own thing. And I'm never really the one to peer pressure anybody into anything either, specifically for that mic situation. Because like I said, I don't know if all that shit happened because she was toe up every time, because it might not have happened that way. It might not have happened. Like I said, the sister-in-law coming in and, you know, blowing up the spot and causing all this shit was happening because we were fucking drinking. So at the end of the day, the over drinking and the over smoking, all these situations end up coming about sometimes because of the peer pressure. Now, I want you to drink more than you're supposed to be drinking. I want you to smoke more than you're supposed to be smoking. And now we done blew the fucking room up. So at the end of the day, I feel like it's never a safe space as an adult to, you know, peer pressure your friends into doing shit, because whether you like it or not, peer pressure ain't just for kids. Adults get peer pressured into a whole lot of shit. And like I said, now we're watching these vlogs and we're watching these ladies get peer pressured from the audience to do and say and make choices on these cameras that's not conducive to their growth, their maturity, or the people that they're around as far as the people that they're raising. So I feel like the peer pressure for what we're seeing on YouTube has gotten to the point where we don't even give a fuck what's happening anymore, as long as the audience is pleased. And child, if you haven't, by the time we get off of here, make sure y'all go watch Gina's last video, because when I say I feel like the pressure is on thick for you to impress the audience, the shit that was said on that last vlog needs to be taken off. I'm just gonna say what the fuck it is. That shit needs to be removed immediately. I don't know if you're doing this shit for us. I don't know if you're doing this shit for Wizard Kelly, but this has got to go. And we need Jen to come back around and be the friend that she was, and we might need her to continue to overplay her part and tell her this is not okay. And I feel like we're getting to these types of places because we're missing our friend Jen. I feel like if Jen was here, we wouldn't be seeing a lot of the stuff that we're seeing, because she knows Jen has judgments and she knows Jen is going to say certain things about what's being said and done. So I feel like now that Wizard Kelly is in control, shit is falling apart because we don't really have a friend anymore. And like I said, if Jen is anything like me, she might fuck around and never be a good friend again. Okay, she might go ahead and cash her good friend card in for some other shit. But like I said, at the end of the day, these are these people's friendship. But the peer pressure on YouTube is definitely gotten farther than it needs to go. And like I said, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, do yourself a favor and go watch that. But child, I didn't even get through the vlog because I paused it after that part because I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about it. But we didn't get too far into that. So we'll have a live stream about the ladies probably Monday or Tuesday. But honey child, go do yourself a favor and see what, I think it's probably about the 14-minute mark. It's probably about, I think it's like the 14-minute mark. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you want to go see it, it's the 14-minute mark. Go to that and see what was said and done, and see if that's appropriate for the camera, see if that's appropriate for the audience, if that's being said and done for the husband, if it's being said and done for the peer pressure because it's YouTube and you just need everybody to be entertained, because it ain't that much entertainment in the world, child. It ain't that much entertainment in the world. But I feel like if nothing else, we need to be better friends to the people we watching and go up under them comment sections and be blatantly honest and tell these people, take this shit up off of here, okay? That's that, okay? Let me get to these comments and then I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Let me see. My friend Fanny Johnson says, I think that Jen put up with a lot with Gina because her mom passed away and she was trying to be supportive. That would make a whole lot of sense. I feel like that makes a whole lot of sense, where she knows that, a lot of these decisions could be coming from a place of discomfort. And, you know, people start doing a lot of things when they're in a place of discomfort or when they're experiencing things. So I definitely don't blame Gina for doing whatever she's doing in life if it comes from, you know, a place of discomfort from experience and what she has experienced with her mom. But I definitely feel like there's a fine line of how long I'm going to do that. So I definitely feel like Jen has probably reached a point where she's like, none of this shit has anything to do with that anymore. You know what I'm saying? The level of support I was giving you as far as that and what you're doing to me now, I don't even know if them two things are in the same boat. So I feel like Jen is probably at this point, like I said, if that was the reason, I think she done scratched that. She done scratched that and moved on with her life because she's like, it ain't enough support in the world. I can't be this supportive to somebody because of that. If this is how you're going to do me on the back end, if you see that I'm this supportive to you because you're experiencing something that traumatic, then I definitely feel like you should notice that and try to be a better friend for damn sure. My friend Phoenix Johnson said, check the time, D. Look, I told y'all I need friends like Phoenix Johnson. My friend is going to hold me accountable. If you're not going to hold me accountable, then we just ain't going to be able to do it, friends. We ain't going to be able to do it because at some point, if nobody fucking tells me, it just ain't going to be said and it ain't going to be done either. My friend Phoenix Johnson says, I'm grown and mature, so what's peer pressure? Absolutely. That's the point. That's definitely the point, is because the peer pressure for damn sure shouldn't be that thick. We grown. So for the fact that we're watching these people be peer pressured into saying things, making choices, telling the audience things when everybody is grown and everybody is going to have a level of understanding about the choices you're making and the decisions that you're making, I don't understand what the hell you're trying to convince us about all this stuff for. So peer pressuring people into, I don't know. I don't feel like the audience is peer pressuring them into making the content. I feel like they're just feeling some sort of pressure to be so above and beyond everybody else. Like I just said, instead of them wanting to be regular like the rest of the women, they have a desire to be so far above what everybody else is doing that they fall into peer pressure so easily. So when the audience is saying you should be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that, or you know what I'm saying, all these things, now the next vlog you make is based on what the audience said. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you say is based on what they said. The next thing you do is based on what they said. So I feel like the content creators are living in like high school world. It's like YouTube is high school and everybody is still finding themselves, instead of it being a bunch of grown ass women who know themselves, who have brought themselves to the internet because they know themselves. If that makes any sense. If that made any sense. But that's exactly what it seems like. It seems like they came here to kind of like go through the whole popularity contest instead of like, hey friends, I know myself and this is a safe space for other women to come and watch because I know myself so well that by the time y'all get to, know me and get comfortable with my content, you'll probably have a better idea of yourself too. But like I said, we getting it on the back end. They so fucked up, they making us notice how fucked up we are too, child. And I don't even know if that's how that's supposed to go, okay? I don't even know if this is how we're supposed to be picking the shit up, but it's working. It's working because here we are at therapy, child, so something happened. At the end of the day, it worked out somehow for somebody, okay? Let me see. My friend Ari Saves Live says she better call her sister. Look, child, for the fact that the sister didn't know about the wedding either, I don't know how she feels either. For the fact that she always says, this is the last person I got left, my closest thing to me, the only person I got around that I can still trust. I don't know how that's going to go either when you left her ass out in the goddamn dust too. She didn't find out until everybody else found out either. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. Peer pressure from the audience, because your ass is over here so worried about what the audience thinks. You didn't even give a fuck about your sister and them. You were so worried about coming to tell the audience that you did whatever the hell you did. You totally disregarded the fact that you were fucking over the feelings of your sister and your best friend. Like I said, Portia didn't care, child, but everybody else totally disregarded those feelings for the peer pressure because they have to come and tell us. They have to come and tell us everything. They have to come and show us everything. Just like Clayton, you were so adamant about telling us about this relationship, showing us this man, telling us about the breakup, telling us exactly how the breakup happened. And then now that the peer pressure is on you to tell that part of it, everybody getting sued, child. So that's why I'm like, the peer pressure was so goddamn thick that it helps you get where you were going. But now that the pressure is on your ass, now everybody got to go to jail. So that's why I'm like, the shit it's high school all over again. That's why I said YouTube is an interesting place, because it'll definitely have you in a place where you overthinking, over fucking doing it, or finding yourself for real and understanding, I don't have to participate in this bullshit. This is the internet. I'm going to participate in this shit the way I want to. So this is the way that I choose to participate. I like to watch these ladies' videos. I like to make my own videos. And then on the back end, like I said, after I done talked all my shit, I like to come and have a therapy session and admit that I got a problem too. Okay, we're not just watching them because they got a problem. So at the end of the day, I try to make sure that if I'm at least watching this shit, I can point out the shit in myself, and I'm not just on here watching these people thinking that they crazy and I'm not. Okay, so that's the whole point of the therapy session, friends. Let me see. My friend Fennec Johnson says, I was mad once she put the liquor in the kids' suitcases on the previous vlog. Child, if you was mad at that, watch this new one she just dropped yesterday. Because with you, if that pissed you off, if that pissed you off, wait till you hear about the lip gloss, child. Let me see. My friend Fennec Johnson says, oh, okay, I'm sorry, you're talking to somebody else. So yeah, child, if that pissed you off, go ahead and make your way over there right now because we're finna wrap this up. So enjoy the rest of y'all Friday by going over there if you haven't already, and check out her last vlog and see what happened with the lip gloss, friends. And then we'll chit chat about that next week on the live stream. And like I said, I will be starting a new actual video, not a live stream, not a reality and therapy. I mean, not a therapy and reality, but an actual video. I'm going to be starting next week. So that video should be dropping the following week, but I do plan on coming back for a live stream next week. So hopefully y'all have fun in here today with therapy and reality. Hopefully we touched on some topics that made you kind of think about yourself in a certain way, what kind of friend you are. If if you get peer pressured, if you're a good friend, a bad friend, if you've made choices, based on situations that you've been in that might have made you be a good friend or made you be a bad friend to somebody else. So like I said, all these questions were for a reason. And like I said, the questions usually tie into the story time. So the story time was just kind of to admit to y'all that sometimes, like I said, for me, I'm not going to always be the friend that somebody expects me to be. I'm going to check your temperature and I'm going to treat you how you acting. I'm going to treat you accordingly. If you fucking around, you fucking around. I'm going to treat you like you fucking around. I'm still going to be your friend, but I'm going to be your friend and I'm going to let you fuck around. So that, like I said, that's the type of friend I am. I'm not no Jen, child. I'm not no Jen. I'm not going to overplay my part. I'm not going to bend over backwards. I'm not going to do none of that shit for nobody. At this point, it is what it is. I'm the type of friend that's going to hang out with you. I'm going to watch you. I'm going to listen to you for a good amount of time. And then right when you start making me fucking crazy, I'm going to tell you're making me crazy. And then I probably got to let you go because I can't keep doing it with you. Okay? I just can't keep doing it with you. So like I said, hopefully, like I said, everybody got a chance to have a good time, answer some questions, notice some stuff about yourself. If you were coming in late and you didn't get a chance to answer the questions, go back into the comment section after the live stream is wrapped up and answer some of the questions. Go over there, finish watching the ladies' videos so that by the time we get to the live stream next week, everybody is caught up and we kind of know what we keep hearing about next week. I will do another therapy and reality after I come up with, some more stuff. I got to go through the plethora of chaos that I got in my mind to figure out what it's going to be about. But like I said, I got so many things. We'll fall into something, child. We'll fall into something. But Mike and them had me fucked up. So we definitely had to talk about that because that was the key. And like I said, when it comes to friends, that was the most chaotic and explosive friendship story time that I could think of. And like I said, since it came up the other day, I definitely had to bring it to y'all attention today. So I appreciate everybody for being in here. Let me read some of the comments. My friend Balchula says, thank you, D. Thank you, chat. And have a good evening. I appreciate you, friend. And thank you as well for being here. And thank you so much for participating today. It definitely wasn't going to be a kiki without y'all participation because, child, I couldn't answer the questions and talk about them on my own. So I appreciate y'all for sure for being in here. My friend Fennec Johnson says, have a great weekend, D. Have a great weekend, D and T friends. I enjoy spending my Friday with y'all. I truly appreciate that. My friend Sonia C says, thank you, D. It was fun. I appreciate y'all. And I truly appreciate, like I said, I know therapy and reality is different than the ladies. But like I said, since we've been talking so much about the ladies over the last week, I tried to incorporate some of the same topics. So this therapy session was different than my first therapy session only because since we've been talking about the ladies so much, I kind of wanted to touch on a lot of those topics because they were still relevant. But the next one will be back to, the craziness and the chaos that, the very first one was. But definitely this one had to come because we're watching so much bullshit with these ladies and friendships. So definitely if you're available next week, hit the notification bell so that you fall in and you get notified when the live stream comes up and when I drop a video. The live stream thumbnails, video thumbnails, and therapy with D thumbnails all look different. So if you see different thumbnails, the Real Tea with D logo will always be on there just in case you're questioning what you're seeing. Let me see. My friend Sierra Side is in the building, says, hey, D and hey, Chad. Hey, friend, I appreciate you for being in here. We are just now wrapping it up, friend, but I truly, truly appreciate you for following through today. And, I always appreciate seeing your face when you come in here. We had a good time. We asked some questions. We had a little story time. If you have time, go back and listen to all of it. Answer some of the questions in the chat. Kiki on your Friday afternoon. If you didn't have a chance to listen to all of it, make sure you go back and chime in the comment section, because I definitely want to see some of the answers to these questions, child. Because when I say my friend said, she slept with her friend daddy, honey, that's the whole damn. We needed you to call in and tell that story time. Okay, so like I said, it was some pretty fun and funny answers and some fun questions in here. So definitely, like I said, we done went through a whole story time of friends sleeping with people, parents, and all type of shit. So we done touched on a whole lot of stuff today, and we definitely had a nice kiki with all of it. So I appreciate everybody that was open enough to answer the questions, chime in, tell your tell bits and pieces of your story as well, because it's not no fun without y'all. So if you're free for the next Therapy and Reality, don't be afraid. I probably will. We discussed that last time, but I will open up the door for call-ins and stuff, because that'll make it a lot more fun. But I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Friday. If you, I don't know what time it is. Y'all time is 5:20 my time, so I know it might be a lot later. But like I said, if it's not too late and you have some extra time on your hands, don't hesitate. Run your ass over there to that blog as soon as you click off of this and go to that 14-minute timestamp and see what I'm talking about, so that on Monday, we got a discussion, okay? Because when I say it's a hell of a discussion, it's a hell of a discussion, okay, friends? Let me see. My friend Sierra Side said, replay gang. Thank you, friend. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for the purple hearts. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Friday. I appreciate y'all, and I will catch y'all on the next video. Bye, friends. Well, video, live stream, whatever it's going to be, y'all. I'll catch y'all. I will catch y'all there, okay, y'all? Y'all hear him in the back. The man done came home. Look, child. He done came home right after I finished the story about Mike. Because if he would have walked through this door when I was telling that whole damn story about Mike, child, look, whole shit would have been told up. Because he would have been like, D, why the fuck are you in here telling him about Mike? That's crazy. But I have to tell somebody. So look, y'all, I don't even know how good of a fucking wife I am, because I'm over here telling these people business too. So I done said I don't know how good of a friend I am, but at the end of the day, I don't know how good of a friend, a wife, or fucking nothing I am, because I done told everybody business today, child. But it's okay. We working on it, okay? Let me see. My friend Ari says, Live says, it looked like she edited it out. Ooh, maybe them, look, child, and maybe them comments. And you know how fucked up it is over here at Real Tea with D? I already screenshot that shit. So I already screen recorded the whole shit. So we're going to discuss it in the live stream on Monday for the people who didn't catch it. Because I caught it, child. I caught it, and I screen recorded it just because I had an idea that she probably was going to edit that shit out. But I got it, friends, so don't worry. Don't worry. Let me see. Hold on, friends. My friend Phoenix Johnson says 8:21 p.m. Oh, okay, so it's 8:21 p.m. your time. Sorry, friends. I know I didn't have y'all in here all damn night on your Friday, and you like, I got shit to do. Not talk to you all damn day Friday, D. Okay, damn. I'm sorry, friend. I'm gonna get y'all right out of here. My friend Ari says, Live says, it looked like she edited it out. Like I said, that's okay, friends, because I got it, and we're gonna touch on that on Monday, okay? And child, look, before we make it to Monday, I'm sure it's gonna be at least 3 other reaction channels that's gonna get on that ass tonight, okay? So y'all probably gonna come across that tonight, because when I say the other channels don't be giving a fuck, they don't give her 30 seconds. They be like, look, you done fucked up. Press play, okay? They be ready. So at the end of the day, somebody, y'all gonna see it tonight if you haven't, and if you don't, you're gonna see it on Monday when we get on the live stream. Let me see. My friend Phoenix Johnson says, see you, nephew. Child, look, he don't give a damn. He's like, if you don't shut the fuck up and close the computer. My friend Phoenix Johnson says, D, I tried to rush you off. This will be happening when I don't be listening, friend. This is why I should have listened to my friend Phoenix Johnson 20 minutes ago. Because now I'm over here getting my ass chewed out. You hear this man back here barking at me, okay? Let me see. My friend Sonia C says, night, nephew. Child, he is whooping my ass right now. He will not see. He's sitting here staring at me barking too, so he ain't playing. My friend Ari Saves Lives with the checks. Make sure you guys hit the notification bell, because I truly want to talk to y'all next week. And like I said, I got some interesting shit to chime in on the ladies next week as far as these last few vlogs that I've been seeing of theirs. My friend Ari Saves Live says, okay, bye, love you. And my friend Sonia C says, I seen it. Thank y'all, friends. I appreciate y'all. Look, my friend Ari says, D, we love you. Now get your ass up out of here. I love y'all too, and I appreciate y'all. Everybody have a great Friday, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye, friends, and I appreciate y'all for coming to therapy, y'all. Hopefully everybody left up out of here a better person than they showed up.
Got a lot of pains, got a lot of IP on me. I gotta feel myself off. I gotta feel myself off. I gotta pull it out. I gotta pull it out. Yeah. It's been a lot of years, really think you gave one past me. I gotta fend myself off. I gotta fend myself off. I gotta cool it down. Oh, you let me feel it.